Area of concern that I'm most concerned about is on the Garland and Hot Spring County line there. That's close to Lake Hamilton. You can clearly see where there is a hook. This is reflectivity mode. This is showing us where the heavier rain is, but we can also pick out where those hook echoes are. But we take it over to what we call our live wind mode. We talk a lot about those couplets. You can see where that darker blue is in line with a little bit of that lighter blue. There could be some strong rotation there. They're not, the Weather Service says it's not quite as tight as they'd like it to be, but I thought, why not? Let's go on. Let's walk you through this. And if you're joining us on Facebook or YouTube tonight, we're also joining you on our on THV11 as some weather is starting to get a little more active out there. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning is in effect right now for Garland County, part of Perry County, and Hot Spring County. I'm going to go back to our live radar mode. There are two cells. There is one that's to the north that's split, and there's one that's to the south that really has the most concern. And they've got it ready to go just in case this cell begins to tighten up a little bit more. But right now we're just keeping a close eye on it. Lots of lightning is with this severe thunderstorm. Not only that, could have some hail and some very strong wind gusts. In fact, I'm going to turn on our hail tool and show you that there could in fact be some hail. The southern part of this is the one that I'm most concerned about rotation. The northern part of it near Hot Springs Village has some quarter-sized hail, possibly larger than that. Still with a severe thunderstorm warning. Weather Service is keeping a close eye on this. If you live in Garland County, if you live near Lake Hamilton, Hot Springs, and we're talking about Highway 70, 270 area from Lake Hamilton on up. You've got Rockwell, Piney, Hot Springs, that area right there that is going to be impacted. And in the path of this storm, this severe thunderstorm that is moving to the northeast right now at 30 miles per hour. And they are going to come out with a tornado warning on this. It's just a matter of a few seconds. So if you live in Garland County, prep for a tornado warning to be issued at any moment for Garland County. That is going to include Lake Hamilton. There it is, Lake Hamilton. It's going to include Hot Springs, Rockwell, as this storm has really tightened up over the last few minutes or so. Keep it right there. I'm going to take a closer look at the information. Tornado warning, southeastern Garland County. That's, of course, in central Arkansas and northern Hot Spring County in southwest Arkansas. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado located near Lofton. If you live in Lofton, Arkansas, 16 miles southwest of Hot Springs. Movement is to the northeast at 20 miles per hour. This is reflectivity. I'm going to take you to our wind mode. This is where we can see those couplets, and it certainly is a little bit tighter there. South of Hemp Wallace, this is going to travel around Highway 192. Just to the west of Lake Hamilton, and the center of circulation right now is over Pettyview. Pettyview, you've got very little time to get to your safe place. Make sure you go to the centermost part of your home. If you got a basement, get in your basement, grab something to throw over your head, grab the kids and hit your shelter right now. Tornado warning just issued from the National Weather Service, and this cell is moving to the northeast at 20 miles per hour. The possible hazard, of course, tornado, but we could also see some large hail or even damaging wind. Let's go to Storm Track 11, Perry, and I can really see where this cell is really tightening up right now on our reflectivity mode. Here it is right here. This is what's prompted this tornado warning in Garland County, just to the southwest of Hot Springs. It's over the community of Pettyview, and it's moving to the northeast. It will travel over Lake Hamilton in this general area. If you live along Highway 192, Highway 290, 128, we're talking about western part, the western edge of Lake Hamilton here. You got Fountain Lake to the north, Owensville, and if there's a chance, folks, if this cell continues to hold together, it is going to impact Saline County, and eventually it's going to get up close to us here in Pulaski County, but that's on down the road. That's still a ways away. I'm going to put a storm track on this particular cell and tell you who else is in the path of it. It's moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. Give me just a second and I will get that storm track and we'll find out who else is in the danger zone here of this particular tornado warned storm. Don't have a confirmation, but we've got some strong rotation. The Weather Service has been watching this. We've all been kind of watching this tonight as it just kind of started to come together here within the last hour or so. All right, so let me put a storm track. It's moving northeast at 20. And yeah, it's going to move over Lake Hamilton. It's going to, Pettiview right now, 1237. Lake Hamilton, Hot Springs. It's going to move over Lake Catherine and Price, Arkansas, 112 and 119. And that's on Max 1, Perry. Thank you. We're going to go back and forth. We're going to show you a few different things tonight, and I'll try to walk you through what this stuff means. What you're looking at is a storm track, but more importantly than that, this is our wind mode. This is showing you where the winds are coming together, producing what we call a couplet, a tight rotation there. And I'm going to take the storm track off. That area of rotation is now just over 192, right to the west of Lake Hamilton. You can see where this blue area is kind of coming together with this red area. That's where we're seeing the rotation. There's a possibility that this could produce a tornado with very little warning. So if you live in southwest and western Garland County, northern Hot Spring County, anywhere along Highway 192, Highway 7, this is going to move over Lake Hamilton, the community of Lake Hamilton, as well as Lake Hamilton, here within the next 20 minutes or so. I'm going to try to pull up a different viewpoint here. Rotation, Storm Track 11, our NROT. It's not as impressive with our NROT, but we'll take a quick look at it. Storm Track 11, Mr. Perry, if you don't mind, and I'll show you the area of concern on Storm Track 11, southwest of Hot Springs. You'll see this area right here, the blue area. There's an area of green. That is the area of concern. That's where we're seeing the strongest rotation within this cell. This is for Garland County and northern Hot Spring County. Tornado warning in effect. You folks will want to take cover immediately if you already haven't done so. This is base reflectivity. This is showing you where the heavy rain is located. We've got two cells. We've got two supercells. They split apart. This southern supercell was the one that really tightened up quickly over Hot Springs, and it is moving very slowly to the northeast at about 20 miles per hour. So you've got a little time to make sure that you get into your safe place. This is going to impact Lake Hamilton. This is going to go over Lake Hamilton. This is, right now it's traveling, the center of circulation is going over Lake Hamilton, and right now it looks like it's just to the north. We can go back to Max 1, Perry, and I'll use our reflectivity mode to kind of walk folks through what's going on. You see this notch right here. There's a little bit of a notch. That's an inflow area. This is where the hook echo is. This is where we could possibly see a tornado. So we're going to hang out here with you, Garland County. Make sure that you are in your safe place. This tornado warning includes Hot Springs. All right, that's good news. Looking at some latest information just coming down, the circulation has weakened a little, but they sometimes go through a cycling phase. They're going to continue with this tornado warning in Garland County. What I want to do is take us out to a little bit of a broader viewpoint, and I'm going to turn off a couple of things here that just kind of get in the way. The watch warn query there. And this is all in Garland County. This is in Hot Spring County, northern Hot Spring County. But up road, you see Saline County is not far behind. If you live in Saline County, this is going to skirt just to the north of I-30 and travel into western parts of Pulaski County eventually, if the cell holds together. Right now, we're looking at a non-confirmed tornado, but a radar-indicated tornado, some strong rotation that has prompted the National Weather Service to issue a tornado warning for Garland County. So this is a little broader perspective. This is what we've got going on in central Arkansas tonight. Thought we might get a strong storm or two. Been watching it closely for you. And now we've got that tornado warning for northern Hot Spring and Garland County. Got a couple of warning boxes there. The red one is the tornado warning. The orange one is the severe thunderstorm warning, where we could see wind and hail. In fact, while we're covering this tornado warning, I am going to take a quick look at the hail that could possibly be within this storm, and a pretty good hail core moving over Lake Hamilton right now, quarter-sized hail possible. Also a little hail up toward Hot Springs Village with the northern storm that has prompted a severe thunderstorm warning. And of course, we're concerned about the winds. Winds blowing toward radar, winds blowing away from radar. There's a lot of blue there, so that's an indication that the circulation has broadened a bit. It has weakened, but sometimes supercells will go through cycles. They'll cycle down and they'll cycle back up again. I'm Tom Brandon. You're watching THV11. It's 1238, Garland County, Hot Spring County. You are currently under a tornado warning, and this is going to go till 1:15 this morning. The red polygon is where we find the tornado warning. This is our wind mode, and the circulation is right now over Lake Hamilton, the community, and it's also over the lake. Moving across the lake, it's going to impact areas along Highway 70 and 270, lifting to the northeast, and will run over downtown Hot Springs, or at least expected to go over downtown Hot Springs. I'm going to go back to reflectivity. Keep it right there, Mr. Perry, and I will give you a better idea. It's difficult to see sometimes when you see the wind mode. Turn off lightning as well. And it's really wrapped up right there between the Hot Springs and the Lake Hamilton, well, the little banner that we have there. I'm going to go a little bit closer. Let's go street mode, go down the street well here. Okay, it's right now the circulation is over Rockwell. If you know where the Dollar General is in Lake Hamilton, here's the Dollar General. You've got the Walmart out to, this is the southern Walmart. Albert Pike's to the north. This is the one on Central. So this cell is going to move right over that area. Going to be awfully close to the racetrack as well as it moves over downtown Hot Springs. It's currently over the lake. And those roadways that are impacted, Highway 7, and you've got Marion Anderson Road. If that road sounds familiar, then the cell is moving over Marion Anderson Road. It's going to go over Golf Links Road, maybe even Shady Grove Road, if those roads sound familiar to you. But I'm looking at that little appendage. When I said a minute ago with the inflow, that's what we've got, this little appendage. This is our hook echo, which is currently riding over the top of Albright Road and Highway 7. Looking at different information, some new information from the Weather Service. They continue the tornado warning. And this is going to be until 1:15 this morning. Right now it is located over Lofton, 12 miles southwest of Hot Springs. Actually, I think it's right over the top of Hot Springs and the Hot Springs Mall area. If you know where the Hot Springs Mall area is located in those places, then you're in the path of this. Again, you've got a little time to get your loved ones to a safe spot. Oh, there's a little bit of a closer inspection. There's a lot of roads here. Ledgerwood Road, you're in the path. Tanglewood Road, you're in the path. Osprey Drive, Wildwood, Forest Drive, Hot Springs Mall, Catalina Circle, Lookout Point. That's where we're finding this supercell thunderstorm moving over the top there. I'm going to take us a little broader just to give you an idea of where we are with this cell. Looks like it's moving east-northeast, more northeast at about 20 miles per hour, and could produce a tornado when in time. The Weather Service said that it had broadened its circulation. Okay, still showing some decent rotation at the higher elevation. Sometimes they don't make it all the way down. Let's hope this one doesn't. But they're looking at some pretty strong mid and high level rotation. And it is currently over Lake Hamilton, the lake, and the community. It is going to be moving over central and eastern Hot Springs. It will follow a path along Highway 270 and Highway 70 as it moves to the northeast at 20 miles per hour. This is a tornado warning for Garland County tonight. In Hot Spring County, it looks like they've taken most of the Hot Spring County area, just a very small part of Hot Spring County, and this is moving northeast. Highway 70, 270, and you see Highway or Interstate 30. Here's Benton off to the side, Haskell. This looks like it's going to move just to the east or to the west of Benton and Haskell. But Saline County, if you're watching us this morning and you're up, go ahead and make sure you get your safe place ready to go. And if I were you in Western Pulaski County, I would do the same. Let's go to Storm Track 11 and take a look at these two supercells, because there's two. There's one to the north, that one capable of producing some hail. The tornado warned storm is just to the south, and you can clearly see that appendage that is over Hot Springs and Garland County. It's over Lake Hamilton. It is moving to the northeast at about 20 miles per hour. We talked about some areas that would be impacted by this storm, including Rockwell, downtown Hot Springs. It's going to be awfully close to Fountain Lake, then up the road to Lonsdale, not in the polygon. And we will wait and see if they extend that. And this is the only warning we have, the tornado warning and the severe thunderstorm warning. I was a little hesitant to go home tonight because I've just felt like these storms may develop along a cold front. We've got a boundary out there that has stalled out and will begin to lift back to the north a little bit later this evening. All right, let's go back to Max 1. Let's go back to our roads, and I'll take us on a little trip down a little bit closer, Lake Hamilton. This is now straddling Lake Hamilton. If you know where the Hot Springs Mall is, if you live in the vicinity of the Hot Springs Mall, Highway 7, Highway 128. You see Oaklawn on the map there. Probably getting some very heavy rain, maybe some hail up toward the Oaklawn area. Rockwell, Arkansas is right now probably in the area of some very heavy rainfall, but where we're finding the rotation is right over Lake Hamilton. Something caught my eye right behind this. Another part of this cell looks like it's developing out toward the Piercy area. Highway 70 in Piercy, Hemp Wallace, you're going to be in the path of this. Chandler, Arkansas, this is developing. So we've got another one trying to develop. So we have 3 supercell thunderstorms within Garland County. Excuse me, just a second. Could you kill my mic for a second? Okay, I do apologize for that. Folks, been battling allergies now for a good part of spring like everyone else, and sometimes you get choked up. But we are talking about a tornado warning. Tornado warning, Garland County, and another supercell on the heels of that in western Garland County that looks like it's developing. If you live in downtown Hot Springs, if you live near Lake Hamilton, and I'm talking about the area really that's along Highway 7 and 270, this is going to move over and close to the Oaklawn area. This cell's moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. Still some impressive structure with it. The National Weather Service is going to continue this warning for a little while longer. And we could, in fact, see a few more storms develop through the evening hours. You're looking at Garland County with that tornado warning. This is going to go over the Lake Catherine area. You see, it looks like they've added a little bit more to the red polygon there, the red box. But if you're watching us in Garland County and Hot Springs, there is a possible tornado that is in your vicinity. I'm going to go back to wind mode here. That's reflectivity. Let's go back to winds. It's a little broader. It's kind of hard to see, but if there's any rotation there, it's between the W, where that Walmart is located. That is Central Avenue, and the D, Dollar General. This is moving over the Lake Hamilton area. They have bottled water in the refrigerator in the marketing office. If you wouldn't mind, Sky, thank you. Highway 128, where 128 comes together with 7, that's where we're finding the best rotation with this cell. I'm going to try to take a different perspective here. Let's go to Storm Track 11. Yeah, that kind of matches up near Lake Hamilton. Storm Track 11, Perry, and we'll see that there's an area of blue here. That's where the rotation is located between Hot Springs and Lake Hamilton. So it's traveling over Lake Hamilton right now and is pretty much over the Highway 7, 270 area. Highway 5, you folks may be impacted. You know, where the interstate is out there over Hot Springs, that's where we're finding the greatest rotation. Still no confirmation. I'm looking back and forth. Here's velocity. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Man, allergies, they just won't leave me alone. All right. So where you've got the area of red and blue, that's where you're finding the rotation. It's not as tight. It's a little bit broader, but you can see clearly it's between Hot Springs and Lake Hamilton. That's why the Weather Service has issued this tornado warning. And they are going to continue the tornado warning until 1:15. 1:15, along with the possible tornado. Quarter-sized tail is also something to keep in mind here. All right, so they're giving us other locations: Hot Springs Memorial Field. You've got, of course, Oaklawn Racetrack that's in the vicinity. Man, this thing's crawling along. Gulfa Gorge, if that sounds familiar. Lake Catherine State Park, just sliding very slowly to the east. We've got our wind mode. Take me back to the screen with it if you want to, Perry. Let me just talk a little bit about Storm Track and why we use it and what we're looking at here. We talk a lot about those colors, and we say a couplet. A couplet, what is a couplet? Well, it's indicating where you've got winds blowing one way toward the radar, the winds blowing away from, and that's what you've got here. This gives us an idea of where we could find a possible tornado, at least the strongest rotation within this thunderstorm. So anytime you hear us talk about a couplet, or we're in our wind mode or velocity mode, that's what we're talking about. This is where we can find the area, the tightest area of rotation that could possibly produce a tornado. So that's what that means. Reflectivity-wise, base reflectivity, that gives us the heavy rain, but it also kind of gives us an idea of the structure of the storm. We see these appendages. You've heard us talk about hook echoes in the past, and when we see these hooks like we have here, this appendage, then we know that we've got the potential for the rotation, the strong rotating winds. So between Hot Springs and Lake Hamilton here, and you can see the polygon, it's right here, moving to the northeast, to Highway 70, Highway 270 west, Albert Pike. Those roadways out in Hot Springs will be affected as this slow-moving supercell lifts to the northeast. And there's another supercell right back here west of Piney near Piercy that is also developing. So we have another supercell out over Garland County we got to keep an eye on tonight. But we still have the one warning, no warning yet on the one here. The warning is over Hot Springs, Lake Hamilton, Garland County. Let's go back to Max 1, Perry. And this is a different look with the wind mode on Max 1. Again, it's just very broad. It's not as tight, but still some good structure with it. This is the Walmart on Central or Highway 7. You've got the racetrack up here. The Dollar General, there's Lake Hamilton. The lake is right here, and this is the area of concern. There could be some broader rotation. It may tighten back up at any moment. Okay, so I was just talking about the other supercell that's out toward Piercy. Right now, we're not going to be as concerned about that. All right, going back to live radar tonight. A lot of lightning. The storm has come together. The history of this storm. 12:52. I'm sitting in the office. I'm watching. It's about midnight. The cell starts to develop to the southwest. It starts to really get its roots in play there, and it just really took off. Lightning, lots of it. This is a sign of a very strong to severe thunderstorm, and I've turned it off numerous times. It wants to turn itself back on. All right, I'm going to take a little reset here and go back out to Central Arkansas. Where are we, Tom? Well, we are in Central Arkansas. Here's Little Rock. There's Garland County. There's the severe thunderstorm warning. We've got a thunderstorm that is out in front, leaving Saline County, getting into western Pulaski County. And on the southern flank, it's this supercell that is in southern Garland County, moving to the northeast. Here's I-30, Benton. This is going to move very close to, let's say, the Benton area, Salem, if you live in that community, before moving into western Pulaski County, if it in fact can hold together. Go back to live winds. You can see some other little cells too that we're developing out behind it. All right, let me go back in a little bit closer here. I'm going to put a storm track on this. Bear with me for just a moment. Moving to the northeast at 20 miles per hour. It was moving at 30, 35, and it has slowed way down. All right, we're going to take you into Saline County. Okay, it's 110, Lake Catherine about 110. Price, Lonsdale 142. up to Nance and Rubicon at 158. So that's way out front. Plenty of time for this, for you to take cover and to get your family safe. And we talk about the best places to go in your home. Keep that in mind. Centermost part of your home, if you don't have a basement, lowest level, centermost part of your home, a little closet or a bathroom, put something over your head. Make sure you have your phone with you, got your shoes with you. And don't forget the kids, your pets if you can. This thing's moving very slowly, so you got plenty of time as it moves to the northeast at 20 miles per hour. And again, let me get rid of that lightning for just a moment. And there we go. Rolly Hoyt, our lead anchor, just phoned and said that apparently he had some rotation go over his house. And so he lives out of that general area. And there you go. We're still looking at the little appendage, Highway 128, this area right here. And I like to use reflectivity to be able to show this is the area. There's the inflow. This is the area wrapping around, and it's right here over 128 and Highway 7. There could be a possible tornado. There's Red Oak, Lake Catherine, lifting to the northeast. It's not nearly as impressive. All right, but the National Weather Service, they're keeping an eye on rotation to the west of this, the western flank of it. And I think they're talking about what's going on here around Hemp Wallace, another area of rotation. So this is what we have tonight, Garland County, and this has also now just been warned. A severe thunderstorm warning has been posted for that, as well as the tornado warning that continues for Garland County tonight till 1:15. I would imagine that if it maintains this impressive structure moving to the northeast, they'll probably add Saline County. If you're up tonight, you're watching us, Saline County, just go ahead. I mean, it's at least the storm itself is going to be moving toward the Lonsdale area, eventually to Kentucky, Crow, some of those smaller areas out in western parts of Saline County. But for now, we have the tornado warning in Garland County and possible circulation, a possible tornado near the intersection of Highway 5 and 270, really more 270 and 70 out near Lake Catherine State Park. This is not really doing me much good. This is not as definitive as it was a few minutes ago. Let me see if it's even better over here on Storm Track 11. Well, it might be. Take Storm Track 11, Mr. Perry, if you don't mind. There you go. This gives you a better idea. It's this area right here. Here's the polygon of the warning. Lake Hamilton, Hot Springs. Now on the eastern side of Lake Hamilton, moving over Lake Catherine State Park. If you have interest there, Magnet Cove is on the outskirts here, Fountain Lake, and other areas between Lonsdale, Fountain Lake, and Magnet Cove. You got Highway 70. A lot of you know that stretch of highway. You take the Benton, that exit at Benton, Highway 70 going to the track or going to Hot Springs. You got 270 west that connects to 30. So that's what you've got currently, and this is the area of concern. A little broader area of rotation, our wind mode. Again, I said just a few moments ago, whenever we see that couplet, we see the reds and the blues close to one another. It couples, and that's where you'll find the potential for rotation with this within the supercell. And let me pass the information along about the severe thunderstorm warning for south central Perry, Garland, western Saline, northeastern Hot Spring County. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect. Winds of 60 miles per hour, quarter-sized hail possible with a severe thunderstorm. And that was the other box right here. And this is where we have most of the action. All right, let me take you back to our radar mode here. And we're really looking at this supercell. Go ahead and go back to Max 1, Mr. Perry. Looking at the supercell in Garland County that's prompted the tornado warning. There it is. And a broader area of severe thunderstorms developing in and around. And you've got a strong thunderstorm now entering western Pulaski County. No warning on that just yet, but a strong thunderstorm. And the potential for a severe thunderstorm there just north of Hot Springs Village. Hot Springs Village impacted not long ago. This is over Hot Springs. You've got one area here, and just to the west of Hot Springs, another area they're keeping a close eye on for a tightening up process. Okay. That would not be the... I'm looking for tornado debris signature. They may have had a brief touchdown with this. The National Weather Service can't confirm it, but they may have. Let's hope not. Let's hope if it hit the ground, it was in a non-populated area and lifted. All right. Just hang on with me tonight, folks. It's late, 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm not a big fan of these. I know you're not either. Nobody likes having severe weather at night, early in the morning. But our main focus right now is Garland County, where a tornado warning remains in effect till 1:15. The circulation right here moving over Lake Catherine State Park. I think that the area is between Highway 270 and Highway 5. That's where we're finding the strongest area of rotation with this. It's not a tightly wound up area, but it's a broad area. This is going to move and parallel Highway 171. It's going to get awfully close to you there, Lonsdale. It's going to get up and around the Crows. Here's Crows, Kentucky, some of these other smaller communities in western Saline County. Let me see if I can get a few more here on the map. But mainly, it's those roadways that you're familiar with. Highway 70, Highway 270, Highway 171, and Highway 5. These are the highways that are being affected by this supercell that could produce a tornado. May have, according to the National Weather Service. They don't have the best view on it, but so if we know that they're looking at the possibility of a tornado debris signature, then we may have had a brief touchdown with this. Sometimes you get these radar indicated tornado warnings. Doesn't mean it's on the ground. And at 1 o'clock in the morning, you don't have eyes out there. It's hard to see. You've got the National Forest. So you depend on radar to provide you with the information that you need. Take cover. Make sure you're in your safe place. Turn up your phone. If you got your phone, you can stream us. Maybe you're going to hit the safe place here in just a moment. Take your phone. You can stream THV11 with the app, and I'll walk you through the rest of this evening. It's 1 o'clock right now. We still have 15 minutes left. The tornado warning, here's the box. Right now, the best area, the best guess is near 270 and Highway 5 and 171. It's crawling along to the northeast at about 20 miles per hour. All right, well, and if that's not enough, Max 2, Perry, Max 2. This just came down, hot off the presses, folks. A tornado watch is in effect until 6 o'clock for this area of central Arkansas, northeast Arkansas. That does include Pulaski County. It does include Garland, Saline, Perry counties, and this is why this cell and any other cell that develops looks like it's going to extend down into northeast Texas. Again, there's a frontal boundary that stopped in west central Arkansas tonight. It is got a little wind energy aloft. It's interacting with it, and it's getting these storms going tonight. The front's going to back up tomorrow, and then tomorrow afternoon and evening, we'll probably have to go with another round of strong to severe thunderstorms capable of producing some hail and also tornadoes. So I wanted to share this with you. We'll keep this on Max 2. That's the latest information from the Weather Service. And let's go back to Max 1 and track this potential tornado in Garland County. And I got to be honest with you, it's very difficult to pick up anything, but it appears to me that the area of concern, circulation, right now is moving over Lake Catherine. Here's Lake Catherine State Park, Lake Catherine, near Price, Arkansas, running parallel with Highway 270. Highway 171, if you have any family that live along that stretch of roadway. I'm going to try to get as close as I can and give you some of the roadways out here. Diamond Head Drive, there's a road for you. Heritage Drive, there's Catherine Park Road. It looks like it has shifted a little more to the east. Let me bring it back into focus here. Again, these are just some of the roadways that are in the path of the storm. You've got Tom Lloyd Cutoff, Woodland Cove, Green Bay Drive, and right around in this area is where we're finding the circulation. Let's see if the Weather Service, okay, they're probably going to reissue. Okay, so this is, here's the deal. With a reissue, that means they're going to include more real estate. This is going to go over northern parts of Hot Spring County, as well as southern parts of Saline County. So prepare for a new tornado warning about to go out, and I'll give you particulars here in just a moment. They've got it prepped and ready to go. And they say it's based on the history and reflectivity and the appearance of the storm. You know, we talked about the appearance of the storm and the hook echo, and, you know, that we've got that rotation and power outages apparently. Sky, if you're up in the booth, please look for power outages in that area that we can show. Perry, is anybody up in the booth? Do we have a producer? All right. Yeah, okay. Okay, 3,500. That sounds like Peyton. Okay, thank you, Peyton. 3,500 steam. 2,300 power outages in Garland County. Tornado warning now for Garland, Hot Spring, and Saline County. There's your power outage map. Let me get the information about the warning that has now come over. This is going to be until 1:45 this morning. Garland, Saline, and Hot Spring County, northeastern Hot Spring County. Vast majority of it, though, is going to encompass Saline County and the rest of Garland County, just a very small portion of Hot Spring County. In the area of concern right here, movement is to the northeast. Again, very, very slow movement, 25 miles per hour to the east. It was moving northeast, and now it's moving to the east. Get in your safe place. Get in your safe place if you live in these counties. If you live in Saline County, if you live up toward the Lonsdale area, you're going to be in line to be affected by this possible tornado. Going back, the National Weather Service is saying that there may have been a debris signature, so there may have been a brief touch with this tornado as it made its way through Garland County. Lonsdale, up the road, Kentucky, Crows, Saline County. If you're turning on the TV this morning, it's 105. I'm Tom Brannon. Thank you for joining us. We're going to try to keep you as safe as we can tonight. These overnight events are never any fun, and I know when you went to bed there wasn't anything on radar. We stuck around tonight because the atmosphere was conducive. We have a boundary, it's a frontal boundary, and along those boundaries sometimes cells develop, they get stronger. And there's just enough wind energy with this cell to prompt this tornado warning for Garland County as well as Saline and a little part of Hot Spring County. I'm going to take us back to the live radar for just a moment and see if we can pick out the appendage. You know, what I like about reflectivity, that's this mode, it's the rain mode, is you can see the area that we're talking about. You can see that appendage right here between Highway 70 and 270. Here is the northern expanse of Hot Spring County. Here's Lonsdale. This is going to follow a path along Highway 70. It's that highway that you take from Benton to Hot Springs. That's the path that I would take to go to Hot Springs to see my grandparents as a child. So if you know where Lonsdale's located, you know where Jessieville's located, then this is the area that we're concerned with right now with this tornado warning, new tornado warning that's been extended now to 1:45. There's the appendage. We're just not seeing a whole lot. Well, we can see a little bit better on Storm Track. Storm Track 11, our live wind mode, will show you a better coupling of those reds and those blues right here. Here's Lonsdale. This is Highway 270. This is moving toward you, Lonsdale. This is going to be close to you, Owensville as well. Lonsdale, Highway 70. If you know somebody that lives in that area, might want to give them a call and wake them up if the sirens haven't already done so. Tornado warning is in effect for Garland County and has been extended to include Owensville, Lonsdale, and even Magnet Cove. But I can tell right now where that little triangle is located, this is where the area of concern is right now. There's another area back out toward Rockwell they're keeping a close eye on too at the National Weather Service. Okay. Weather Service says it's a broad rotation. Yeah, I can see that with this. It's not as tightly packed in here, but it's still there. It's rotation nonetheless and could produce a tornado at any moment. And I will verify that with our NROT, that blue blob right there that I just showed you a moment ago. That is the rotation. This is Storm Track 11, by the way. Yeah, let me take us to reflectivity. And it matches up nicely with that appendage that we talk about quite a bit, the hook echo. All right, on wind mode, our base velocity shows you the winds within the cell. Winds blowing one way toward radar, winds blowing away from it, gives you that rotation. The original warning that was out for 115, this area is going to move just beyond that and will be straddling and riding along Highway 70 up toward the Lonsdale area. If you're just joining us this morning, turning on the TV, do you live in Saline County? You're under a tornado warning. So please do yourselves a favor, get the kids up, get the family to your safe place, and to make sure you've got something to cover up your head, protect your head. We're getting a radar update now. And hang with us. If you got a smartphone, if you have the THV, I hate these glasses, but I can't see without them. If you have the THV11 app on your phone, turn us on. I'll walk you through the rest of the night. We're going to be here a while. And we've got a tornado watch that was just issued. We'll take a break. Let's go to Max 2 and show you the watch. That watch is going to take us all the way through 6 o'clock in the morning. Just issued by the National Weather Service to go along with this tornado warning that we have in Garland County. All the counties that you see there in yellow are under this tornado watch, and that does include Little Rock. This cell is going to get awfully close to Pulaski County by, I'd say, by 2:15 this morning. And it's going to impact western areas of Pulaski County and southwestern areas, 430 area, Otter Creek area, even the Benton, Bryant area, possibly within this, and it looks like that they are within that polygon. And take a moment, Mr. Perry, I'm going to step over here, clear my throat, and take a little swig of water. I'm not going anywhere, but go ahead and turn my mic off for just a second. Better, much better. Thank you so much for that break. Tornado warning for Saline, Garland, Northern Hot Spring County. Severe thunderstorm warning for Garland County. Let's head on back to Storm Track 11 and find out who else is in the path of this thing, this potential tornado, the national. Okay. Highway 70, this is Lonsdale. Here's our area of concern. This is where we're finding strong rotation along 70, moving toward the Lonsdale area. If you live between Owensville, Lonsdale, and even down the road over toward the Benton and Haskell area, this is going to be awfully close to you. Our producer in the booth, Peyton, says we've got some damage video out of Hot Springs. This just sent to us. Oh, this is from Rowley. So this did truly, it went over his house and his yard. Rowley went home not long ago. Is he on the phone? Can we pipe in and talk to him on the phone possibly? Well, let's do that. So he's got some trees down. That's an indication there could have been a brief touchdown out toward Mr. Hoyt's house there in Hot Springs. And I think he lives close to the Lake Catherine area, but he's getting us some video tonight of this potential tornado. We might want to give our management a call, give them a heads up if they're not already aware of this. Okay, all right. So that's the video we have. In just a moment, y'all get Rowley piped in. I'll talk to him here in just a minute. All right, part of the warnings tonight, continued severe thunderstorm warning for Garland, Hot Spring, and Saline. So severe thunderstorm. The rotation is a little weaker, but they're going to keep the warning for Garland County and Saline County. Thank you, Rowley, for sharing this video. Trees down at Rowley's house tonight. Rowley Hoyt, our lead anchor on the desk tonight, every night, as a matter of fact, Monday through Friday. It was this area, this tornado-warned storm that moved over Rowley Hoyt and Hot Springs and Lake Catherine, and those of you that live near Rowley Hoyt in Garland County. So let's hope that nobody's injured, that there's no damages to homes, that this is a tree topper, and it's just having a hard time maintaining its strength. Keeping an eye on the appendage. This is reflectivity mode. I like to use it because I can tell where the area of concern is. The rotation with this, although it does pick up more of the heavy rain threat. If we go back to Storm Track 11, I'm going to take this out just a little bit. This gives me a better viewpoint. Here is the rotation within the supercell. Here's our polygon. There's the severe thunderstorm warning that remains in effect. And the areas within that polygon, including Lonsdale. This is going to move over Lonsdale in the next few minutes. If you live in Lonsdale, if you live around Lonsdale, then you want to take cover immediately. Highway 70 and 171. I'm going to get some roads on here. We'll get a few roads because Lonsdale's in the path of this. We can go back to Max 1 and I'll give you some of those roads that are in and around Lonsdale. If I call out your road, then you're in the path of this storm. County Road 1802. That looks to be Rigsby Loop. County Road 22561, County Road 22680. You are in the path. This is along Highway 70. You've got the Rural Dale School, Narrows Road, Williams Road. Again, all of these roads are in the path of what is a possible tornado, at least the rotation from this supercell. If we go back Storm Track 11, here's a broader view of the rotation. Right here, here's Lonsdale, and where the greens or the blues and the reds come together, that's our couplet. When we talk about the couplet, we talk about the winds blowing toward and away from radar. That's what gives us the spin. So this is the area along Highway 70, and this is going to make a movement not far from Benton, Salem, Bryant, and Shannon Hills in Pulaski County here in the next 45 minutes to hour or so. Let me see what the Weather Service is saying. They're still holding on to it. Okay. They've expired the tornado. The first tornado warning has been expired for Garland and Hot Spring County. That was the first one. The second one's still in effect. And that one is still in effect. Okay, it will be allowed to expire. Just expired. Okay. And out of the sense of transparency, I don't mind sharing this information. You know, we depend on the National Weather Service. They produce the warnings. They also can take a little deeper dive into the rotation. This is a little bit weaker, but there's still some rotation. They're going to hold on to this warning in Garland and Saline County. If you're joining us this morning, Garland and Saline County, you're under the gun. You've got that tornado warning. There's Lonsdale, and this is our circulation area. We got Rolly on Zoom. Okay, well, let's talk to somebody other than me. Rolly Hoyt, what time did you get home, and did you have enough time to make it to your safe place? Oh, well, we got to hold on, Rolly. We got to get your audio working there for a second. He's still in his shirt and tie from the news tonight, so he hasn't been home long, and this storm developed pretty quickly in Garland County. And I do apologize. Bear with me. You know, when we have days like these and you're battling your allergies all at once, y'all know what it's like. Let me give you the score once again here. We've got a tornado warning till 1:45. You've got the banner right here. That does include Garland County and Saline counties. That goes all the way out now to Benton, Bauxite area. Haskell is now in that warning. Salem is in that warning. Like I said a few moments ago, it was probably going to be extended. It has been extended. And there's some power outages that we've heard of. Okay, he's good now. We got power outages down there. Now we can go back to Rolly. I was just trying to get some information from the Weather Service, Rolly. I know you haven't been home long. What's going on?
Got home right around midnight, which is usually the normal commute time for me from Little Rock. I live here on the southeast side of Hot Springs, and about 15, 20 minutes after getting home, that's when you came out with the first signs that there was worries about rotation in southwest Garland County. And at first, it was just rain. Didn't see a whole lot of even wind, and I debated whether to go wake up the family. But as you were tracking it over Lake Hamilton, we definitely felt a change in the wind, and we got everybody to our safe place. And I'm going to switch around. I apologize in advance for the lighting and the camera work here as we do this with a Apple iPhone. But here on Peninsula Drive, right along, is not far from Entergy Park, if you're familiar with that, or Carpenter Dam on Lake Hamilton, where it connects to Lake Catherine. This all used to be a canopy of trees, tall trees. And I don't know if you can see how well you can see that there, but this is a tree that's been taken down. And it is indicative of the entire scene. Some of our neighbors' dogs have made it out. That is a good sign. I've checked on my immediate neighbors. They check in okay. There's a house down there that appears to have a generator and has power. But you can now see clear through to Garvin Gardens, where before you couldn't. And hey, Pooch. There is a smell of gas in the area. And there's a water main over here that's broken. But I'm happy to report that several trees came down, but none on my house. And my immediate neighbors appear to have no significant damage to their homes. And so that is a relief. But we've obviously got power lines down. I don't know if you can make those out there. You can see some folks making their way out from their house across the street from where I live. It's very calm right now. Yeah. There's a case of a tree on my neighbor's house, and there's a boat underneath that tree.
Rolly, it seems to me you're very lucky tonight, Rolly, that hopefully this thing just topped the trees and didn't damage any homes where you are. Followed the path that we were tracking there near Lake Catherine State Park, that part of town. And now I've got some bad news. It's tightening up once again, and it's getting awfully close to Lonsdale. So if you don't mind, hold on. I'm gonna take it back to radar here.
You do that, I appreciate it.
And let me just show you what's going on. This is reflectivity. It really depicts the best area of rotation. It's running along Highway 70. There's Lonsdale. It matches up with our velocity, our wind mode, and also our rotation product. Let's go to Storm Track 11. This is now getting very close to Lonsdale. If you live and around, here's Lonsdale. Here's Highway 70, this blue area. I know it's a blob of color. That's where we're seeing the possible tornado. Again, it's not strong, but it's tightening back up, and it's still a tornado, so make sure that you get in your safe place very quickly. This is velocity, reds and blues. So this is where we're finding the broad area of rotation. It's very possible this is going to top some trees like it did there at Rowley's. Of course, we won't know if there's any damage to folks' homes until we hit daylight, but we know that we've had a tornado. That pretty much confirms it to me with those trees that have been felled there near this Lake Catherine State Park area. And to go along with it, yes, they are saying that we could produce another tornado very shortly. The rotation is tightening up once again. Fountain Lake looks like they're getting 1-inch hail. So the circulation, and these cells do this, supercells will go through a cycling process where they will weaken a bit and then they strengthen. The one thing that I do want to look at with radar, if we can go back to Max 1, gentlemen, there's nothing to the south of this cell that would inhibit it from getting stronger. In other words, it's got all of this warm, moist air to feed into it to get stronger. Notice there's nothing else going along here except for this one isolated supercell. Actually, there's two there. The one that's warned with a tornado warning and the severe thunderstorm warning that's also trying to develop. But if you live in eastern Garland County, western Saline County, you need to take your appropriate measures. It's 1:22 in the morning. Nobody hates these things more than me at 1:30 in the morning. I don't like them during the day either. They just, folks are trying to sleep, and then you get this mess. So let's go back to Lonsdale. Highway 70 Lonsdale, Highway 128, where we've got, this looks like it's moving right over the top of Lonsdale as we speak. This is our Max 1 reflectivity product. Here's Lonsdale. There's the area of concern. And again, the Weather Service is saying that it's tightening back up. So certainly not some good news. Along Highway 70, I'm going to go a little tighter and try to find some of the roadways in and around this area, around the Lonsdale area. We talked about Rural Dale School here. We talked about Pleasant Run Road, County Road 22680, just off to the west here, moving over Broken Bow Trail, County Road 22680, lots of county roads out here, Logging Road, Rigsby Loop. I mean, there are neighborhoods out here. Hopefully they are up. Hopefully they're in their safe place. If you're watching us, take your phone to the closet, turn up the volume and listen to us there. We will walk you through the rest of the night into the early morning hours with this tornado-warned storm in Garland County and Saline County. And we're talking about areas just down the road a little bit. You got plenty of time. This supercell is moving to the east at 25 miles per hour. So if you live in and around Saline County, if you live in Haskell, if you live in Benton, Salem, Bauxite, you're in the path. Here's our cell right here. And well, there's two parts of it. There's one right here and another back over northern parts of Hot Springs. They're keeping a close eye on. Okay. Storm to the west. Okay. Yeah, the one to the west is not a big concern right now. It's this one. There are some issues with this one, some contamination of the radar product. So Lonsdale, this is Garland County getting ready to cross over into Saline County. Let's go back to Storm Track 11. And again, the rotation is right now moving over the top of Lonsdale. This is Highway 270. And what you're looking at there is the velocity mode showing the rotation. And I'm going to take us to the rotation. This is what we call in-rod. It's our rotation mode. You got the area of blue and green here. So it's really pinpointing quite well where the strongest rotation is, and it is now on top of Lonsdale. Movement is to the east at 25 miles per hour. Within the next few minutes, 70 at I-30, it's going to be getting close to the Benton, Bauxite, Bryant area. Bryant is just out of the polygon, but Salem, Benton, Bauxite, you're all in that warning, and you're next. This is a cycling supercell. It's keeping going. It weakens a little, but it maintains its strength. And the rotation will fall off, but it continues to tighten up. All right, tornado warning is in effect until 1:45 for Saline, Garland, and Saline counties. What are you seeing power outage-wise there, Mr. Payton? We can pass some information along. Let's bring some of that up if we can, and we'll get Roley back on the phone here in just a moment. 9,200 now without power in Garland County. So that's what we're dealing with. Roley, if you're on the phone, 8,000 in Garland County. Roley, if you can hear me, or do you have power? Or has your power been knocked out? No, we're getting him back on. Okay. Okay. The mesocyclone. Okay, the mesocyclone is weakening near Lonsdale. Certainly some good news, but we'll come back to that in a minute. Roley, do you have power at your place?
I do not, Tom. I'll just show you right. This is a power line right here. This is a phone pole that's down right in my front yard. Nobody here has power unless they have a generator. And there is the smell of gas, and I can hear a water main broken over there. So we are indeed among those 8,000 to 9,000 people without power in this part of Garland County.
Well, it's certainly some bad news. You still have a pretty good cell to your west that's pretty strong as well. So I don't want you to risk yourself if you happen to see any lightning. But just got home. You were unwinding. The warning came out. I see you're still dressed in your news attire. My goodness, these things just happen so quickly sometimes.
They do, and then on a night that we've been so focused on what we might expect tomorrow over a much larger area of the state, but you helped us get ready, know that there was this chance that this could happen tonight. I think a lot of people did manage to get to their safe space. I know the sirens worked as they should here in this part of the city and county. They went off throughout. It interestingly, right before it hit, they seemed to have paused and weren't going off, and that maybe gave a little false sense of security. But by then, everybody should have been into their safe place. And again, repeating what you were saying, it's clear that something came through here and tore these trees down, and a whole lot of trees. There's not going to be. I'm going to have a difficult time getting out of my little spot here on this street. But I can hear sirens in the distance, so clearly emergency responders have gone to work here in Garland County. I'm going to let you get back to watching that storm there as it heads towards Saline County and the cell that you've got your eyes on. And we're going to try and do a little more damage assessment and make sure our neighbors are okay.
Well, I'm sorry about the power. I'm glad you're safe. Glad the family's all right and everybody on your street. Hope for the best. Maybe this thing just came through and topped all the trees. And maybe that's the worst of it, and hopefully folks didn't lose property, and really hopefully nobody was injured tonight. Thank you, Rolly. We'll be in touch with you as I'm sure the morning progresses. Let's get you back up to date on the warning. The good news is that area of circulation over Lonsdale has weakened quite a bit. It's kind of tough to see where it is, but if I had to guess, just by looking at this is our wind mode. I know it looks like a bunch of blue. It really, well, what is it? What can you see? Right here near Lonsdale, there is an area that is moving to the northeast. There could be some rotation here. If there is, it's very broad, but you're still under that tornado warning. In fact, taking a broader area here, all the way up to Avila, Salem, Benton, Bauxite, Kentucky, even Haskell. You're in the polygon. It's riding along Highway 70 and will eventually make it over to I-30, at least when I say it, the supercell that could potentially have a tornado with it. But I'm keeping a close eye on what the Weather Service is saying about this as well. They say that it's weakened somewhat, but they're going to continue with the warning. If you live in these areas, if you live in Saline County, if you live in Garland County, then keep in your safe place for the meantime. Just kind of stay put and let us walk you through it here this morning. It is currently 1:30. This warning remains in effect until 1:45. And I know it's kind of tough to pick out there. This is our reflectivity mode. It shows a lot of heavy rain. I can also tell you if we have any hail with this supercell thunderstorm, and it looks as if a big amount of hail is out between Fountain Lake and the north side of Hot Springs along Highway 5. That could be ping pong ball. Supercell thunderstorms can produce a lot of hail as well. Rotation. This is the other thing we can look at. Let's look at the rotation path and see. Yeah, it's not really indicating that there's much rotation here. Up at the top, this legend would say low to extreme. Somewhere in this area, we're not picking it up, but if we go to Storm Track 11, our rotation mode shows a blue area where we're seeing the strongest rotation at the surface. So this is a good sign that maybe we're beginning to see this cell come down a bit. It's been going now for a good hour and a half, but they're still showing rotation. Okay. We got a camera in Lonsdale. We'll just go ahead and take it. All right.
Turn on.
There we go. Lonsdale, Arkansas. So power's still on. So hopefully they've avoided the brunt of this as it moved over. All right, let me go back to radar here. That is one of our RDOT cameras. And again, reflectivity mode. Here's your polygon. That includes Bauxite. There's Lonsdale, Crows, Kentucky. Back here toward the Fountain Lake area, this is where we were seeing some of that large hail with this supercell. It looks like two are coming together. Salem, Kentucky, Crows, you're in the tornado warning, the path of it till 1:45 this morning. We know that we've had power outages in Garland County, 9,000 plus people without power. We know we've got some damage. We talked to THV11's Rolly Hoyt just a few minutes ago. He's got some damage at his place, and he lives close to Lake Catherine area, southern parts of Hot Springs. So we know that we had trees down. It's likely that a tornado went through there. He said there's a bunch of power out where he is. Rotation is weakening as a whole. It's promising, but they're going to continue. I think they're going to let this ride out to 1:45. If you're up this morning and you're in Saline County, hold on just a little bit longer here. We've got this tornado warning continues. It tightened up and then it weakened, and now it continues to further weaken. And I'm going to see if we have any good evidence of rotation. We can go to Storm Track 11, and I'll show you that it's really diffuse. If there's anything, it's right about in here, if any at all. At 70, here's Benton, Salem. So right now it's very broad. It's not at all tight, but it may tighten back up in future scans. So that's some good news, but the Weather Service is going to keep this tornado warning in effect until 1:45 this morning, and that does include places like Kentucky, Salem, Bryant, Benton, Bauxite. Well, actually, Bryant's just on the other side of the box, but everybody else is on the inside of it. Max 1 once again. Tonight we're tracking this supercell thunderstorm that produced a tornado earlier tonight in Garland County near Lake Catherine State Park. Rolly Hoyt, THV11's Rolly Hoyt joined us a few minutes ago. We'll try to get him back on the phone. As it is now, we know that we've got 9,000 power outages, 9,000 plus, a lot of them from Garland County with the storms there tonight. And we've got a tornado-warned storm that is showing some signs of weakening, thank goodness. And it's moving through central parts of Saline County right now, or at least it's getting closer to Saline County. That warning is in effect till 1:45. The severe thunderstorm warning, there's also one of those till 1:45 for winds and hail. But right now, I've lost my appendage here. I don't see the hook echo or the hook that would indicate to me that we've got some concern. We have to look a little bit deeper. We look at all layers to find the rotation, and I'll tell you right now, the good news is I think that the storm has weakened, but it's still formidable. I do want to do a couple of things. I do want to take you to Max 2 because there is a tornado watch until 6 o'clock this morning. I think this tornado warning prompted a good part of central and northeast Arkansas. What you've got is a frontal boundary that's resting right here in central Arkansas. And we've had some storms develop tonight along and ahead of that front. The front will lift back to the west tomorrow. This was expected to happen tonight from the standpoint of getting a few storms. I honestly, am not surprised that we have one of these stronger storms that could produce a tornado and possibly did tonight. The atmosphere is very conducive of the production of hail, damaging wind, and a tornado. So we have that. And we go back to Max 1. I'm going to take us a little bit broader and show you who's got what going on. And it's really all the action is right here in Garland and Saline counties. There's Little Rock, and you can see just to the southwest of Little Rock in Saline County, you've got that tornado warning and you've got a severe thunderstorm warning. You've got a supercell here, and then another one on the western flank, kind of taking the energy away from one another. But the one there that's over the Saline County area is really weakened quite a bit. Okay, this just a few minutes ago, tornado warning for Hot Spring County. Hot Spring has been canceled. The hook echo has dissolved. We're waiting for elevated rotation to dissipate or weaken. So we still have some rotation high up in that thunderstorm, but in the mid and low levels, it's very diffuse. The rotation has certainly weakened. Some good news there, but unfortunately, I wouldn't keep my guard. Don't let your guard down for the rest of tonight because these storms sometimes will perk back up. 1:45. We're at 1:36. We're 9 minutes away from the expiration of this tornado-warned storm that is currently in Saline County. Okay, let's while we wait for what the Weather Service is going to do with this warning, let's talk to Rolly once again, who's out surveying the area. His neighborhood was hit by the tornado earlier this evening, and I'm just going to call it what it is, Rolly. It seems to me like it was a tornado. If you got all those trees down, and power lines down, I think it was a tornado.
I think you're right, sir. In your expert opinion, I would not argue with it. I've made my way to my own backyard here, and we've got an old tree that's come down. Amazingly, none of the trees that came down have landed on my house. My neighbor has a tree that narrowly missed their roof and fell just to the front of it. And they appear to be okay. I just talked to them a moment ago. But based on what we're seeing, like furniture taken a good solid, several feet, hundreds of feet away, and fence blown over on top of the trees coming down. It's pretty clear some very strong winds came through the Lake Hamilton area of Hot Springs on the southeast side of town. And as I said, we could hear some sirens earlier, and emergency crews are out, but streets like where I live are going to be inaccessible unless you got a chainsaw or a backhoe for the foreseeable future. Hopefully it's not too long. Again, reports here from everybody that I've made contact with early in the morning in my neighborhood are everybody's okay.
That's good.
And they're doing damage assessment right now and a little shaken up, but it's clear something came through here, and a cleanup process is going to have to get started soon.
How far away are you from the gardens, Garvin Gardens in Lake Catherine?
As the crow flies, a couple of miles. It's directly across an inlet behind me, like a finger of the lake. Mm-hmm. If I had to drive there, it's about 10 minutes to go all the way around that cove. But we are about 2 miles to the north of Garvin Gardens.
So I think it's safe to say they may have a little bit of damage in the gardens tomorrow when they get up and take a look at things. If that tornado maintained the level, seems like it topped some trees. And what's amazing is you've got a lot of trees out near you, and for none of them to fall on your house is quite remarkable.
We are counting blessings this evening for sure.
Rolly, we've got about 8,000, a little more than 8,000 folks in Garland County without power tonight, a little over 9,000 in that area, including Garland County, that are without power. And I have a feeling that with the Weather Service, they'll do the assessment. I'm not going out and calling it a tornado. They'll go out, they'll call it a tornado. But I think what you've got is some pretty strong evidence that would lead us to believe that, yeah, you experienced one tonight. I'm very happy you're safe. Glad the family is safe in your neighborhood. Hopefully nobody was injured tonight.
Indeed, the same thoughts go out to everybody who's in the path of this cell as it makes its way up toward Little Rock and points east from me. So we'll keep our fingers crossed, say prayers for everybody, and hopefully this starts to dissipate as you keep your eyes on it for us, Tom.
It is starting to dissipate. The latest plan from the National Weather Service is to let it ride for the next 5 minutes. It has further weakened, but they're going to keep a close eye on it because more often than not, sometimes these supercells will cycle down and then within a few minutes they'll strengthen back up. But the plan right now is to let the tornado warning expire in Saline County and Garland County, and no upstream or downstream, if you want to say, into Pulaski County. No warning is going to be issued for Pulaski County unless they see some strong rotation. Rolly Hoyt, thank you. We will be back with you here in the next few minutes. The storm could recycle, yeah. All right, so let me go back to our I'm going to go, let's just do a tour here. Let's go back to radar. A lot of you up watching this morning, and you still got that warning in Garland and Saline counties. But I'll tell you this, if you look around, looking at radar, look behind me here, there's the warning to 145. This is it. This cell began to develop around the Pike County area, lifting to the northeast. It got stronger as it moved out of Pike into Garland County, and then it just really took hold, prompting a severe thunderstorm warning, and then just a few minutes later, the tornado warning. The tornado warning continues for another roughly 3.5 minutes. It will be allowed to expire. A lot of blue there, that's lightning. These are some very intense thunderstorms, a lot of lightning with them. There's a couple of storms to the north in Jackson County. And this is it. This is all riding along a frontal boundary, and that frontal boundary is going to meander a little bit and push back to the north during the day today. And then this afternoon and this evening, folks, we may replay this again with some very large hail and a few tornadoes. Can't rule it out. We have some picks. Let's for the next few minutes, let's show what we have pick-wise. And this is Hot Springs from Richard Dawson. He's got a quarter in his hand and a sizable hailstone, spiky hailstone there. Richard, thank you for sending those in. And I should add that if you have pictures you want to share with us, 501-376-1111. Text those photos to us, 501-376-1111. Hot Springs west of Oaklawn. Oaklawn was one of those places that had the rain shield and also the hail core move over it while the tornado was developing just to the south. It moved over the Lake Catherine area. So a couple of photos there. Thank you for sharing those. We'd love to have your photos. If you have some pictures you want to share with us, maybe you're like Rolly. Rolly was out walking around and he had his camera showing us the damage. If you have some damage you want to share with us now that the storm has passed, please do so. 501-376-1111. And this is what now? Somebody took it from Lake Hamilton. It is a tornado. You have to get in. We're going to have to blow that up. But yep, that's what it certainly looks like. You have to get real up close to it to be able to see it. Okay, it is 1:43 If you have pictures you want to share with us, we'd love to have them. 501-376-1111. Text those along to us, and we'll take them, especially those hail photos. That's what's going on tonight. 1 inch hail or larger, golf ball sized hail was a threat tonight, and the possibility of a tornado. I'm going to take us on a little storm track here real quick down around Saline County and Garland County, where this supercell continues to hold together. Maybe going through a cycling phase in this brighter purplish area here along Highway 5 between Fountain Lake and Crows. Could have a pretty good hail core. Kentucky, some very heavy rain, but we've lost the hook echo that would lead us to believe that there could be some rotation. Tornado warning will be allowed to expire. No new warnings will be issued. We've got about 45 seconds. I do want to show you the hail. Hail now, if there's any hail, yeah, we're looking at it out toward Highway 5, and it would be in the ping pong to golf ball sized range here, quarter sized all the way over to Kentucky with this supercell thunderstorm. Severe thunderstorm warning also remains in effect tonight. They're going to keep a close eye on this cell because there's still some rotation with it. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not calling it tonight. I'm going to stand here and watch this just like you. I'm just saying the good news is it's weakened enough to where they're going to let it expire, and it will be expiring here in roughly 5 seconds. And that's certainly some good news. We'll lose the tornado warning, but we will keep the severe thunderstorm warning, and there it goes. Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 2:30, and this is going to cover a pretty good area of Saline County into western Pulaski County. Could have some very large hailstones with the storms tonight. Could have some wind gusts in excess of 60, and as we've seen through the evening, these last couple of hours, or last hour and a half or so, a possible tornado. Could have had a tornado that touched down near one of our news anchors, Rolly Hoyt, where he lives, over toward the Lake Catherine area on the southern end of Hot Springs. Okay, so that's what we have going on tonight. No more tornado warnings, not for right now, but we still have a very formidable cluster of strong to severe thunderstorms getting closer to Pulaski County here, and we'll be able to pick up the lightning on our camera here in a moment. Peyton, if you wouldn't mind, take our camera, tilt it up a little bit to where we're not seeing the Capitol, but we can see more of the sky as we watch this thunderstorm approach. And Mr. Perry, if you don't mind, let's go back over to Max 2 and let me cover the tornado watch that remains in effect until 6 o'clock in the morning that covers up southwest, central, and northeast Arkansas. The severe thunderstorm warning is in that brighter orange colored area. That includes Saline in the western part of Pulaski County, also over to Garland County. But that tornado warning tonight really prompted the Storms Prediction Center. They kicked out a discussion as they saw these little cells begin to pop up here and there. And this little cell in southwest Arkansas got a little bigger, and then you got the warning. Thus, you're going to get the watch for the rest of the night. And this is going to carry us all the way through the morning hours, where Tracy Beene will be coming in and will be taking care of you. And then we'll get a quiet period during the day. And then later on tonight, we'll have the opportunity or the chance of more strong to severe weather. He's taking a look around to see if we can find a little bit of lightning out there. I'll tell you that about 9,000 folks in Garland County, the Garland County area, are without power tonight. We've got some damage in Garland County near Lake Catherine in Hot Springs. We've had hail tonight. 501-376-1111. If you'd like to text those along, we'd appreciate it. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and it's a good idea that when you have a hail, to put something like a $50, a quarter, a nickel, something that we can compare the size to. You could put a ruler up against it or something like that. Not impressive, not yet, but that storm is getting closer to us. What's that? Okay, thank you very much. He's saying that our view is available. We're looking to the southwest. We'll watch for the thunderstorm to move into the Little Rock area. I'm just going to stay here. Why not, right? Tornado warning has expired, but we still have that severe thunderstorm warning. There's our view 11. And my computer just timed out. Got to love that. Let me get this back on. You keep looking at that camera shot outside. And I'm going to go, we can go to Storm Track 11. Perry, if you'd like, and I can give you an idea. Oh, there's some lightning. That's that severe thunderstorm getting closer to western Pulaski County. I can show you the hail that's going to be the biggest threat with this out just west of Benton. That's a pretty sizable hail. These are reports of the tornado in Hot Springs from the public. That's near Lake Hamilton and Lake Catherine. Let's see. Power flash, just debris signature and radar. Okay. Also some damage. And of course, we had some damage pictures from our very own Rolly Hoyt. Severe thunderstorm warning here. Saline County, western Pulaski County, not quite up to Lake Maumelle. The cell is moving to the east, northeast very slowly. Your main threat with this tonight, along with a possible tornado, is some large hail and some wind gusts in excess of 60 miles per hour. And ever so often, I look down, and when I'm looking down, I'm getting information from the National Weather Service about what's happening around me. If you're up tonight, I'm sorry. There's really no words other than sometimes these things happen. And we've had this risk of severe weather. We had a small risk tonight. It was a low-end risk, a level 1 out of 5. And you see the result of that. Sometimes you get these rogue supercells that develop, and they produce tornadoes, they produce damaging wind, and they produce hail. This is what we've got going on Storm Track 11. This is what it looks like on our rain mode or our velocity mode. The brighter the color, the red, the heavier the rain or even the hail. And you can see that blob extends from Jesseville, Perrin, over now to West Little Rock around 4:30 and 30, the split there. Benton, looks like a little cell is developing southwest of Benton. This activity is moving to the east very slowly. I'm going to put it in motion here so we can watch the evolution. And you can see quite an image here of that supercell. It's really lost a lot of its identity. There it is, moving through Hot Springs. There are the tornadoes that were prompted right there. It absorbed into another supercell. Looks like they're now all three. There were three there. They're all becoming one tonight. And it actually split earlier. It was one supercell. One part of it moved to the north and began to fall apart. The other southern part of it was all alone to absorb all the warmth and energy it needed to maintain and sustain. And that's what we've got tonight. Tornado warning is expired. Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect. And that's it in a nutshell. We can show you the watch one more time until 6 o'clock tonight. Still nothing new from the National Weather Service, but we do have the tornado watch that's in effect until 6 in the morning. So when Tracy Beene arrives, she will update you on what's going on here. It's getting close to 2 o'clock in the morning. At 1:51, the tornado warning expired just a few short minutes ago. Still have a bit of a threat for central Arkansas. I'm going to keep an eye on it tonight, so is the National Weather Service. And in the meantime, I'll take a little sip of water, clear my throat a bit. Been a long day. We've got another long one coming up. Okay. Okay. Well, the severe thunderstorm is getting closer to central Arkansas. Hey, if you haven't already done so, this is a good way to keep your family safe. If you've got an iPhone, if you've got an Android, you can download the THV11 app. We talk about it all the time. But what's nice about it is you go in, you can toggle on the warnings you want. Severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings, absolutely. With the app, you can also stream us. You can watch us live right now. What happens if you lose power? How do you watch coverage? Well, you stream us on the phone. You hit the little button that says play, and there you go. We're there. Usually Nathan Scott is with me, Tracy Beene and Simone Thomas. Tonight going alone, going solo, but we'll all be together again later in the day tracking what's coming at us. So that's one way you can be safe. And I talked a little bit about this last night. Give me just a moment to talk about Weather Call. This is another service. It's a little bit of a pay service now, but a lot of you will pay 15, 20, 25 bucks for an app on your phone, and you'll do that monthly. This is a yearly charge, and it's around 15 bucks. And here's what it'll do for you. When you sign up for Weather Call, they're going to kick out a voice message with my voice, and I'm going to alert you that a tornado warning is in effect in your area, or a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for your area, and it's very precise. You know those polygons we have? If you live within the polygon, you're going to get the phone call. If you live in Pulaski County and you're out on the polygon, you're not going to get the call. If you're within the warning, you'll get the call. It's very valuable to have in a situation like this where it's 1:55, 2 o'clock in the morning, and we have these rogue supercells moving about. Having something like this call you because, number one, you may have turned your phone off, or your NOAA weather radio batteries have melted the inside of your NOAA weather radio. Text the word call to 501-376-1111. Click on the link, learn more about Weather Call. When you sign up for the service, it's going to protect you and your whole family. You'll also get a text message. Let's say you live out in Pulaski County and you have to go to work in Saline County. There's a warning in Saline County. You leave Pulaski, you go to Saline, you're going to get that text that a severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning has been issued. These are just great ways to protect your family, another layer of protection. And I really think that something like Weather Call benefits folks that are asleep. It's nighttime and we're trying to get some rest, and this happens. You know what I mean? So, okay. And I'm just getting some information. Oh, some white. Okay, widespread damage, southeast. Do you want to put him on the phone and let him? Okay, widespread damage, southeast part of Hot Springs. That's near Lake Catherine. They've got some minor injuries with that tonight, with that tornado that moved through there. And that is from the county judge. Thank you, Peyton. So that's news I don't like hearing, but I just hope that people had time to get to their safe place when those warning signals, those warning sirens went off, and then their phones went off, or whatever they have. And by the way, the outdoor tornado sirens, they're not designed for people inside. They're designed for people that are working outside or playing golf outside. So that's another thing to keep in mind, to have as many different methods and ways to receive severe weather information. Okay? Minor injuries, over 9,000 folks without power. There's damage. There's trees everywhere. We showed you the video from our very own Rolly Hoyt. If you have any hail pics you'd like to share with us, we'd like to have those pictures. Include your name and location. 501-376-1111. That is the number that you need to have in your phone. It's really easy to remember, 501-376-1111. Text that photo our way so that we can share it with everybody. You're the eyes and the ears of the community, folks, and we do depend on you. Let's go back to RView 11, our Pella RView 11 cam, and we've got an approaching severe thunderstorm getting closer to Pulaski County, downtown Little Rock. It is beginning to rain, and this is the severe thunderstorm, supercell thunderstorm that prompted the tornado warning that produced a tornado down around southeast Hot Springs, around Lake Catherine earlier tonight. Just a little bit about this severe thunderstorm warning. The hail could be 1 3/4 inch in diameter. That's up close to golf ball sized. And that is for Garland, Perry, Pulaski, and Saline County. This is a severe thunderstorm warning hanging with you tonight. And we're seeing it getting a lot closer to us here in the Little Rock area. The cell is moving to the northeast, and it will impact a good part of western Pulaski County, northern Saline County, Benton, Alexander, in Pulaski County, Otter Creek, Salem in Saline County. You're going to get some very heavy rain, possibly some hail out of this. I'm taking a look at it. I've got it in motion here. This is the supercell that produced the tornado in Hot Springs. It's weakened enough in that regard, but we've still got the possibility of some large hail. Let me show you the hail core on this. If you're up tonight, it's 157. We're going to ride out this severe thunderstorm because why not? We want to make sure that you're safe and you've got your family safe. And there's the hail within the storm. We've got our legend up here. Blue indicates quarter, you get into the oranges and reds, you've got ping pong ball to golf ball sized. If you're seeing that at your house, now I don't want you to go outside in a hailstorm and get hit in the head by it, but once it passes, take a picture of it and send it to us. Text it, 501-376-1111, and let us know where you are and who it's from. Now, I will tell you that Chief Meteorologist Ed Buckner lives out in that area of Saline County. I hope he's not getting a big hailstorm. Ed, if you're up watching, send me a picture if you don't mind. How about that? Ed did this for a number of years, man. I tell you what, fabulous job. So that's our hail. Let me go to live winds, see if we have any rotation. I don't see any rotation per se with this. Live radar will show that it's a very strong, very powerful thunderstorm, a lot of lightning with it, possibly winds of 60 plus miles per hour. I'm going to look at this appendage near the Benton area. No, not seeing anything tightly wound up that would give cause to a tornado, but still tonight, one of those nights you're going to get some very heavy rain and possibly some hail with this storm. That's what we got going on right there. Okay, so for example, the weather call I was talking about a few minutes ago, I get it on my phone. It texted me the information about the tornado watch, and it also sent me information about the tornado warning or the severe thunderstorm warning. So there is that. Pardon me while I send a message to my kid at home, tell her that she's about to get impacted with some hail. And it's 2 o'clock. She's probably still up, college kids. All right. Those of you that are mom and dads out there that have college kids, you can relate. They never sleep anymore, do they? There's that severe thunderstorm warning. Thank you, Perry. We'll just sit on this tonight, and I will walk you through it. Severe thunderstorm warning until 2:30 for a good part of Saline, western Pulaski County. This, and I'll tell you, the cell looks like it's really merged. There were really three supercells that came together into one big blob, and this blob could produce some large hail and some strong winds of 60 plus miles per hour. Let's find the hail. And you've got a big area there that's west of Benton that could produce ping pong ball sized hail. That's right over Crows in Kentucky. I know where those little communities are out there. Salem, it's getting closer to you. We've got the little D's. Those D's are the Dollar General stores in Saline County. The W is the Walmart. For those of you that maybe I live in Saline County, but I don't know exactly where. There's Lake Norrell or Lake Norrell to the north. I think it's Lake Norrell. And that orange area is where we can see some ping pong ball sized hail. And again, the movement of this cell is to the east, northeast, only at about 25 miles per hour. Back to live radar we go. Lots of hail. The storm is maintaining its strength with that large area of lightning. Lots of lightning with these storms. And I can hear the rain outside here in downtown Little Rock as we speak. We've got our digital team standing by. Ryan Reynolds, that Ryan Reynolds. I'd like to be able to answer questions if I can, Ryan, so bear with me. I'll go over to our Facebook page so that I can indeed answer some questions. Okay, so there we are. Okay, let's see here. Hey, that's what we're here for. We try to keep you up to date as we can. Reagan wants to know if it's going to hit Faulkner County. If it continues to the north, Reagan, it looks like it'll go over the southern part of Faulkner County. Right now, the strongest part of this thunderstorm is over central Saline. Will cross over into western Pulaski. Will affect the Ferndale area, Ferndale, Congo, the Chenal neighborhoods. Once again, we'll get some very heavy rain and possibly some hail. Hayden wants to know if it's going to be going into Cabot. That remains to be seen. It's traveling to the east-northeast probably in the next hour or so. And let's hope it doesn't have a tornado. I'm keeping a close eye on whether or not this thing produces more or tightens up and could produce another tornado. Right now, we're not looking at, or we're not seeing any area of strong rotation, strong enough that the Weather Service would put out another warning. So that's certainly some good news. Mayflower Auto area. Yeah, Jerry, that's probably going to take a beeline there toward the Mayflower area. Bismarck, safe to sleep. Where is Bismarck on my map here? It's one of those. It looks like it might miss Bismarck. Can Hot Springs go to sleep now? I think so. Stormy, if you weren't affected by the tornado, then yes, you can. Is Little Rock in the clear? Little Rock is not in the clear, at least the western and northern part of Pulaski County. Okay, who is it from, Peyton? Jennifer Welch has sent us a photo. There you go, a photo of the tornado, at least the possible tornado in Hot Springs. Peyton, I'd say that looks pretty close to a tornado right there. And what you're looking at is the lightning that's illuminating the sky so that you can find it. So Jennifer, thank you so much. Jennifer Welch of Hot Springs. If you have a picture you want to share with us, and you've got a picture or even video of the tornado, 501-376-1111, 501-376-1111. Text your photos to us. Hail photos, tornado. We have a video that we want to show. All right. Okay. From driveway cam looking due west in the Salem community, lots of lightning and heavy rain. Greg, thank you for sharing this with us. We depend on you. And yeah, this thunderstorm that's moving over Saline and Pulaski County is going to have a lot of lightning with it. A ton of lightning. This is an intense thunderstorm. We're getting a little bit of the rain in downtown Little Rock right now. Okay, thank you, Peyton. We've got Hot Springs hail picks. This is from west of Oaklawn. Big hail there. That's a big hail. Just looking at it, it's probably golf ball or larger. Thank you. And this is bigger than a quarter. This right here will mess up your roof. Richard Dawson from Hot Springs. Thank you for sending that in. Seems like Hot Springs has had these hailstorms, one right after the other. Thank you for sending that. Text your photos to 501-376-1111. It's 2:05 in the morning. Tom Brandon up with you tonight. We've gone through a tornado-warned storm in Garland County, producing a tornado. We've got 9,000 folks without power tonight. And now I'm tracking a supercell thunderstorm moving northeast that's entering western Pulaski County that could very well produce some hail in western Pulaski County. Western Pulaski County, severe thunderstorm warning. I'm not saying that there is rotation north of Benton. There doesn't. It could just be a strong updraft, and that's where we're going to get some hail. Let me do this. Storm track 11. Let's go to storm track 11. Yeah, that matches up nicely. We're looking at a really, really big, impressive hail core. This is near Salem in Saline County, north of Benton, and this could be 1 1/4 to 2 inch hail. If it's reaching the ground level in Saline County, this is going to do some damage. This is going to do some property damage. Stay inside. Once the storm passes, if you have any on the ground, then go out and get it and send it our way. But stay in your safe place. If it gets really loud at your place, you'll know why. Because we've got a huge hail core that is in Salem, or north of Salem, between Ferndale and Salem, Benton, Bryant area. This is moving to the east-northeast with some very heavy rainfall as well. Let's take RView 11, our Pella RView 11 cam. Let's take a look outside. We've got that thunderstorm looking off to the west-southwest, and we've got quite a bit of lightning with it tonight. Lake Norrell okay to sleep. I know that y'all had some, that's in northern Saline County, I think. Give it a few minutes there, Courtney. Okay. Is Benton okay to sleep? Give it a few more minutes, Benton, until that storm lifts out of your area. Hot Springs, Lake Hamilton, Haskell, Malvern. You folks can go ahead and go to sleep. That looks to be it. Again, a rogue supercell thunderstorm. We got a little bit more trying to fire up there in western Garland and Montgomery County. That's it. Okay. Tornado watch remains in effect until 6 a.m. We'll show you those counties on Max 2, Mr. Perry. Max 2, and I'm keeping a close eye on that cell. Now moving on along I-30 Alexander. It looks like it's strengthening a bit there on that southern flank. There's your tornado watch that's in effect. Right now we got that severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for Saline and Pulaski County. The Garland County severe thunderstorm warning has now been expired. Okay, good news there. Our main threat for the rest of the night is going to be hail, 1.5 inches in diameter, and winds of 60+ miles an hour. Those counties that you see are under a tornado watch until 6 o'clock in the morning. We've already been through a couple of tornado warnings tonight impacting Garland County. We've had some damage. We've got 9,000 folks without power. Peyton, do we have any more pictures, any more photos to share? Okay, thank you so much. So that's the score tonight. That's what's going on here. Let me take a step back and show you what's going on for the rest of the state. Severe thunderstorm warning till 2:30 right here. I think we're going to see it extended to include more of Pulaski and Faulkner County eventually, maybe even the western edge of Perry County. 25 mile per hour this cell is moving to the east-northeast. And while you look at that, I'm going to look at one little feature here. There's going to be some straight line wind with it. Gushing out away from the storm, but I don't see any. Well, it's that area near Salem that I'm seeing what could be some broad rotation. Maybe it's an updraft. Of course, it matches up perfectly with where the large hail is located. So we're getting the 2-inch hail near Salem. You're getting that 2 to 2.5 inch hail. The orange is 2 to 225, 2.5 tennis ball possibly sized hail with this severe thunderstorm. Earlier tonight, this is what it looked like at Hot Springs. Our very own Rolly Hoyt, his house was, I say his house, the trees on his property were hit. We're also getting other damage from photos in and around the Lake Hamilton area. Thank you for sending this in. Remember to include your name as well as your location. Some Lake Hamilton storm damage tonight. Thank you for sending that about. We appreciate it. Trees, yeah, looks like trees on a truck there. Again, thank you from Lake Hamilton. Thank you for sending that in. There's more storm, a lot of trees down. I think this tornado, if it didn't reach the ground, it really topped a lot of trees. Some very intense lightning. Lots of lightning with this thunderstorm. Some very intense lightning. We're going to keep it here. It's 2:11 in the morning. If you are just joining us right now, we are taking a look at, that is, looking from a distance, we've got some lightning. Oh, wow, lightning illumination. Okay. All right, thank you for sending that in. Back to Max 1 we go. We are now seeing the strongest part of this thunderstorm entering western Pulaski County. Just north of Alexander. There's a little appendage there that's developing near the Benton area. Hopefully it's just some heavy rain. Keeping an eye on what they've got going on at the Weather Service as well. Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 2:30 tonight. If we could just get out of this warning, we would call it a night. But I have a feeling, okay, looking at a downburst, that's what that was. Okay. Within the velocity mode, let me do this. I'll go to live winds. Right there, downburst, that were the blue and the red. You can come back to me on camera. This is really the thunderstorm collapsing in place. I was a little curious, a little afraid of that being tightening up, possibly becoming another tornado warning, but this is the downburst moving out of Saline County into western Pulaski County. So there's going to be some very strong wind gusts with this, straight line wind gusts, 60+ miles per hour, and there could even be some hail with it as well. But that's what they're looking at. This is in the area of where the big hail is located in western parts of Pulaski, soon to be western parts of Pulaski. That's north of Benton in the Alexander area. I was looking at that going, well, that's awfully suspicious, but that's what that is. And it's kind of it is kind of a couplet. You can see where the reds and the blue come together, but this is not rotation. It's more along the lines of the hail and everything just kind of coming down out of that cloud. So some large hail, some very heavy rain, and some straight line winds. Could be some wind damage out here. And this is right now over Salem. That is right now over Salem. Let's go a little bit closer here. Right, Salem, Martindale in western Pulaski County, soon to be Ferndale, and that is going to continue to travel to the east-northeast, and looks like it's going to be affecting western Pulaski County. Why aren't you going? Go. Back it up, take a look at it. Oh, no wonder. All right, there we go. You can see it kind of roll in there. Look how quickly it develops. With that last hour, there it is right there. That is not a tornado. That is a downburst. That is some large hail, some very strong wind gusts, and some heavy rain that will be going through that western part of Pulaski County. That's going to be close to the boss's house, Peyton. Yeah, it looks like a new warning is coming out on that as well. Downburst should move into west side of Little Rock. All right. So that's what we have going on tonight, folks. Severe thunderstorm warning has been extended now, and it does include a good part of Pulaski County, southern parts of Faulkner County, and Lonoke County. We're getting a lot of questions on Facebook, and I'll go back to Facebook and answer as much as I can. Melissa says, I live in Kentucky. That was freaking scary. I bet it was, Melissa. I bet it was, because that was right over the top of you. Let me know if you have any hail, Melissa, out of that, okay? Strong winds, heavy rain, and hail in Hurricane Lakes, yes. Pete, a dime-sized hail is also falling. Steel Bridge Road. Conway, Maumelle. The Maumelle area is going to be under the new severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, and Searcy, you're not even, you've got a little while down the road before you're going to be affected by this, Searcy. I mentioned weather call just a moment ago. Weather call just sent me a severe thunderstorm warning for Tom Brandon, location for Tom Brandon. That's why weather call is great to have at 2:15 in the morning, okay? It's going to wake you up. It's going to let you know that you've got a severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning. Salem, hopefully this will get out of your way here soon, Salem. Taking a direct hit there near Alexander. There's Salem. There's that downburst now moving into western Pulaski County. There's 430. These are these western, West Little Rock neighborhoods. Okay, and I apologize for that. West Little Rock neighborhoods, if you live in West Little Rock, Point West, you've got Woodlands Edge, St. Charles, you've got those neighborhoods out. That's what's going to be affecting you here in the next few. These very strong winds, downburst winds, some big hail is possible, and wind gusts 60 plus miles per hour. Let's follow the hail core. Storm Track 11 will show you, this is a big hail core moving over that area. Salem, it looks like it's moving out of your way. Shannon Hills, Bryant, you're looking at a really good size, maybe 2.5 inch hail with this as it moves to the east, northeast, along with the wind with this downburst. So it's getting awfully close to Martindale area, West Little Rock, Pinnacle Mountain State Park. You're going to be on the edge of that severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to carry into Sherwood. It's going to affect Cato, Mayflower as it crosses the Arkansas River. All right, Stephanie, you want me to say something about Conway, all right? Well, let me say this. Conway is not in the warning, okay? Let's go back to Max 1, please. Conway is not in this warning, but Mayflower is in this warning. Valonia is just on the skirts of it. This cell is moving northeast. It looks like it's going to miss Conway. It's going to miss Perryville. It's going to miss Greenbrier. So feel free, if y'all feel the need to go back to sleep, there you go. Bryant is clearing out. You're on the southern end of this. You might still have a few storms to develop. Rowley lives right across a lake from you. The tornado went right over his house, so you must have seen it. Okay, thank you. What about Jacksonville, Tom? Erica, the storm is going to be impacting Jacksonville within the next 20 to 25 minutes. What part of Hot Springs? We're talking about the southern side of Hot Springs near Lake Catherine, the Lake Catherine area of Hot Springs. Searcy up the street there, White County, next hour and a half. Let's get it through Pulaski County, Saline County first. West Little Rock is now getting the brunt of this with some very large hail. Let me go to our hail mode here. Look at that hail core over Alexander. Big hail falling there. Winds, it shows some downburst winds where the blue and the red's coming together now in western Pulaski County. That is currently over West Little Rock, and it's a very similar path of the tornado from March 31st. So you're going to get some very strong winds, some large hail in a very short amount of time here. Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 3 o'clock in the morning for the Little Rock area. Ward is up the road. Ward is in that. Ward is not quite in the severe thunderstorm warning, but they are in the path of the storm. What you're looking at, I've got this in our wind mode or velocity mode. We're seeing the bright blue and red. I would normally be concerned about, okay, we talk about these winds blowing toward and away from radar. What we're looking at is more of a signature of a downburst where, you know, the thunderstorm just kind of collapses, where you're getting a lot of very heavy rain, a lot of wind and hail. And that's why I have it in this particular mode, but I will take it to live radar and we'll show you the reflectivity. Look at all that lightning around that area we're talking about. All right, turn the lightning off and the reflectivity color in the bright red. Come back to me here, Perry, if you want to. In the bright red, this is getting close to 430. Otter Creek area over to, Baker, where Baker Elementary is in West Little Rock, those neighborhoods out west, Point West. There's a few more out there, Woodlands Edges out there. You've got St. Charles. This is the area being impacted by the very heavy rain and wind right now. Very strong severe thunderstorm. Alexander, it's clearing out. There's a little bit more toward Benton and the Bryant area. The warning polygon extends all the way up into northern Pulaski County and southern Faulkner County. Southern parts of Pulaski, eastern Lonoke County. It's now over really the heart of the Little Rock metro area. If you're waking up with us and you're turning the television on, we're also on Facebook, we're on YouTube. If you want to make it to your safe place, you can stream us on your phone if you have the app downloaded. And tonight, just gonna walk you through the next how many other hours it takes to get this out of the way. And what prompted all this tonight, a couple of small cells developed over southwest Arkansas. They grew, they fed off the energy that the atmosphere provided. There was a lot of juice, a lot of cape. You've got just enough wind aloft to allow for some rotation, and before you know it, you had tornado warnings in effect for Garland County. We've had a tornado effect to hit Garland County. There's trees down. There's some minor injuries. We've got power outages in Garland County, and this is an intense supercell thunderstorm now moving through the Little Rock area, the West Little Rock area. And looks like the heaviest rainfall now is 430 and 30 north of Alexander. Southwest Little Rock, Geyer Springs will be getting some very heavy rain here in a short amount of time, and also some big hail. The radar dome, or the radome, is in North Little Rock, the National Weather Service. Weather Service is in the path. There's Sherwood, Jacksonville going to be in the path of the storm, as well as a little part of southern Faulkner County, northern Pulaski. But if you live out toward the Perryville area, if you live in Morrilton, you're good to go. Mr. Payton, do we have any more picks? from Saline County. Well, let's go ahead and pop those up as we track this for you. Blowing rain and lightning in Benton. Thank you for sending that along. Please tell us who you are when you send in your video and your pictures. Text 501-376-1111 and make sure you tell us who you are. Severe rain and lightning in Salem. Yes, Kaysen, thank you for sending that in. Was curious about Salem if they saw big hail out toward the Salem area. That's what was showing up on our hail products. Thank you. And that's what we have. Can Salem go to sleep yet? Well, Courtney, I'll leave it up to you. But the strongest part of that thunderstorm is now in Pulaski County, affecting western Pulaski and now downtown Little Rock here in just a moment. It's on its way. Severe thunderstorm warning for a part of Saline, Pulaski, Lone Oak, southern Faulkner counties as the cell lifts to the northeast at about 25 to 30 miles per hour. And it is dumping some big hail. If we go back to Storm Track 11 and our hail mode that we have, or at least one of the products we have, we can see that near Shannon Hills, we're getting upwards of 2-inch hail here. And all around this, in this orange area, at least 1 inch to 1 3/4 inches. So there are some places getting quarter to golf ball to possibly upwards of tennis ball sized hail in West Little Rock, southwest Little Rock. Storm is lifting to the northeast and is going to be entering downtown Little Rock. We might hear some hail here at THV11. Certainly got the lightning going on out there. Reflectivity. There's a good shot here. Again, in Storm Track 11, Storm Track mode of the very heavy rain. You've got the polygon of the severe thunderstorm warning around the Little Rock area. This is 430. Here's I-30, 630. You've got Chenal Parkway, Highway 10. There's Pinnacle. And we have a camera from 430 in Colonel Glenn. We do. You see a lot of lightning, a lot of rain. This is one of those heavy rains where you just got to pull over and wait for the storm to pass. It's too difficult. And you're going to get some torrential rainfall out of this, possibly some flash flooding. I'm going to open the door up and see what's going on out here in the garden. See what's going on. May have to, yeah. And it's very, very warm outside. There's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, a lot of moisture that it's got to rain itself out between now and tomorrow evening. So we get this round tonight of isolated severe weather. We turn our attention to tomorrow afternoon with the main event coming through. When I say the main event, there's going to be some strong thunderstorms that produce some big hail again tomorrow. And this is all a part of a frontal boundary that has almost made it into central Arkansas, and it's going to be lifting back to the north, getting a bit of a push back to the north. And we've got some upper level wind energy interacting with the front. The front's lifting mechanism, and you're getting these thunderstorms developing around central Arkansas. Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for Pulaski County. If you're up watching us this morning, thank you. You should have THV11's app on your phone. In case you lose power, you can go to your phone and stream us, and we'll keep you up to date. Pea-sized hail off of Chenal. Thank you, Miles, for sending that in. The hail is hitting. Carrie from Searcy, you got a ways to go. This is impacting Pulaski County right now. Soon will be impacting Lone Oak County. Excuse me. I-430 River Bridge. Okay, thank you very much. Do apologize. Occasionally, got to take a little swig of water. Somebody get this man a cough drop. Somebody get this man a new set of vocal cords, and water's fine, thank you. Thank you. Valerie, how big of a hailstone do you have? You say you've got some big hail out where you are. Will it make it to Conway County before? Christy, it's not going the way of Conway County. It's going to be moving away. It's moving northeast away. Conway County's to the northwest. Very heavy rain in Benton. Yeah, I see that. That's the tail end of the storm there in Saline County near Benton. Raining very heavily. If you look at radar, those of you that are up tonight, if you want to take a quick look, we'll zoom in a little bit closer to where you are in Saline County. Raining very hard. If it keeps up like this, there might even have to be a flood warning in effect. Heaviest rain in downtown Little Rock. Still some heavy rain out toward Alexander. Outside of Benton, Saline County, some very heavy rainfall still occurring near those communities I talked about earlier, near Salem, out in Saline County. But the heaviest part of this, the strongest part of this thunderstorm is now moving over downtown Little Rock, and I anticipate we'll probably get a little hail here at the station. Now look at that hail core. We're getting up to golf ball to possibly egg and tennis ball sized hail. Pointing out that Mablevale, Geyer Springs Road area, you folks are probably getting pummeled with some very large and damaging hailstones. Maumelle getting some rain and thunder, possibly some hail here pretty soon. West Little Rock could be getting some quarter-sized hail. The storm is moving to the northeast at about 25 miles per hour. Now, once the storm exits your area, I'm going to do a reset. I'm going to go back to our reflectivity mode. Let's go back to radar, and I'll take it back to statewide viewpoint. I haven't done this in a while. I need to reset. Those of you that have other interests other than just downtown Little Rock and Saline County and Pulaski County, this is it. We are being affected by one supercell, one cluster of supercells, and maybe one or two actually, moving through central Arkansas. A lot of the rest of you, everything's good. See what the Weather Service says, if they have anything. Looks like Garland County has more damage as well, National Weather Service is indicating. Hail, 430, 630 split, looks to be about dime sized, but the really big stuff though, if there's a big amount of hail, it certainly is occurring right now over south central Little Rock, Mablevale area. Turn off that. I'm trying to turn off the lightning real quick. There we go. It's pouring. I don't see any hail though. No hail in the garden. Not yet. But I'm going to take us a little closer. There's a lot of folks here in downtown Little Rock that are being impacted. Mablevale to Geyer Springs. You got that area of purple. Let's go back to Max 1, please. Thank you. Geyer Springs area. Between 30 and Highway 5 and 67, Asher University. This is where the largest hail is occurring if it's making it all the way down to the ground. Downtown Little Rock, it's getting closer to us. Very heavy rain occurring. Camac Village might even have some hail here. That's near Highway 10 or Cantrell or whatever you want to call it. It has so many different names. Highway 10, La Harpe Boulevard. There's the thunder. 630 downtown, getting some very heavy rain, possibly some hail. Highway 365, into North Little Rock. But right now it sounds like the heaviest or the biggest hail is occurring over the south central part of the city. And I'm keeping a listen here to see if we get it here. The hail core has dropped off a little bit. So there we are. There's our severe thunderstorm warning moving into downtown Little Rock very slowly. It's going to dump a lot of heavy rain in a very short amount of time, and you're going to have to deal with some very large hailstones. Ooh. Outside, that's the garden shack. There's a lot of moisture. It's got to rain out. I mean, it's very warm and sticky outside. I'm just going to take a quick look here. And there's some hail, little bitty hail. Pea size. That's what we got going on outside. I'm glad it's that large, or my car is out there. Tornado watch in effect till 6 a.m. Severe thunderstorm warning for Pulaski, Saline, Lone Oak, and southern Faulkner County. It's this tornado watch. And this is all we have right here. Tornado watch might be allowed to expire in some regards. I don't see any other storms developing right now. Looks like 1 or 2 developing in northern Jefferson County. All right, let's try to help some more folks out on Facebook. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Storm is moving northeast at 25 miles an hour, BJ. Yes, it is very wet outside, Al. Thanks so much. Okay. Text your photos to us, 501-376-1111. Tell us who you are, where you're from. If you're up, I'm sure you're up tonight or early this morning. It's not even tonight anymore. There you go. That's what you got to do. Text those photos to us at 501-376-1111. Let the storm pass. You can send your hail photos. You can even send us your damage pictures if you have any. It is really, really coming down outside now. The wind has picked up. And the hail is getting bigger. I guess old Tom spoke too soon. You got a shot of the weather garden there. It's really coming down downtown Little Rock. I can hear it on the roof of the building. Let's hope that the roof holds here. You can see it on the ground bouncing up and down there. All right. Hey, Carla, good evening. Thank you, Carla, or good morning. We got some bigger hail falling out there, folks. Oh, goodness, you can see the chunks. Oh, no. Wow. At first glance, it's at least golf ball size. It's here. If you're just watching tonight, if you're joining us, I am Tom Brannon. Thank you very much. We are watching a severe thunderstorm that's producing some very large hail moving through the downtown Little Rock area as we speak. You can probably hear it in my microphone. You can certainly see it out there. That's some big hail. Wait for the storm to pass before you go out and take pictures of it. Wow. Okay, thank you. With severe thunderstorms, you do occasionally get large hail and damaging wind. And if you're up tonight with us, watching us, severe thunderstorm warning continues until 3 o'clock for Pulaski and also a part of Saline County, part of southern Faulkner County, and over into Lone Oak County. The strongest part of this storm right now is moving through downtown Little Rock. We've got a fairly significant hail core. Just at first glance outside, it's anywhere from quarter to golf ball sized here. Okay, what's the word in Cabot? Cabot is not yet being impacted. Looks like rain is getting close to Cabot. Cabot is not under the warning. No reports of any wind damage that we've received. Have you heard any reports of wind damage, Peyton? Here in Little Rock, not yet, not yet. It's just a bunch of hail, and I would imagine we'll get some power outages too. Tracy Beene is on her way in, and I hope 12,000 folks in Arkansas without power tonight because of this storm. Christina, have not had any reports of any damage. Lightning is not far from the Cabot area. The heaviest part of this thunderstorm is beginning to shift away. We're here for you tonight, or early this morning, 2:38. I'm glad you're watching us. We're trying to keep you safe. We had tornado warnings earlier in the night. The tornado warnings have all expired. Now we're dealing with severe thunderstorm warnings. It's big hail. It's a lot of strong winds. We're seeing some power outages out there. Yeah. Heaven says big hail south of downtown Little Rock. Yes, big hail. We had some big hail here downtown in the Weather Garden. Still hear the hail outside. Iron Springs to East End, you've got a significant hail core near you on the southern end here of this storm. Here's Iron Springs. I think, and there's that blue area, that blue box is now a flash flood warning that's been issued. Flash flood warning for Pulaski and Saline counties. I thought they might issue one of those. Let me turn on the hail and we will take a look at it. There you go. Between Iron Springs and East End, that's where we're seeing another core, hail core. And the core of hail that just moved through downtown Little Rock is moving over toward the Sweet Home area. You could hear quarter to golf ball sized hail tonight in your area. But for the most part, as we look to the west Little Rock, west of 430, the weather is settling down. Still might have some rain. Ferndale up to Pinnacle Valley, even Maumelle, Sherwood, some heavy rain, might even get a little hail out of this. Storm continues to move to the east. Flash flood warning until 4:30 for Pulaski and Saline counties. Okay, folks? So now we've got the heavy rain aspect to go along with this severe thunderstorm warning. Hail, big winds, and now flash flooding. Going back to Facebook here. Peyton, let me know if you have any new pictures that come in or any information about damage. Let me update you earlier tonight with a tornado warned storm that moved through Garland County. It appears it did produce a tornado, and how we know that is our very own Roley Hoyt and his property affected with some downed trees in his neighborhood. So we've had pictures of a tornado, or at least possible tornado. I think that really, having the damage, the trees being knocked over, power outages, a few injuries in the Hot Springs area, and it's the southeastern part of Hot Springs, Lake Catherine area. This cell was there not long ago, and it's now moving through the Little Rock area. It's lost the rotation that would indicate that we would have a tornado with it, but very heavy rain and some big hail. This is the hail core, and that is moving through downtown Little Rock right now, and it could be as big as a golf ball. Not quite up to tennis ball, but egg-sized hail in some regards. So that's what we've had tonight with a tornado watch that's also in effect until 6 o'clock. That includes Pulaski County. But this is it. This is the only cell that we have. It's one rogue supercell thunderstorm causing all this fuss tonight. Let's go back to our radar picture. Lots of lightning. Look at that. That's how intense that thunderstorm is. And there's a lot of stuff going on here in this map with the polygon for the severe thunderstorm warning. You've got the polygon for the flash flood warning as well. So lots of heavy rain. You've got the wind and the hail. And of course, some very vivid lightning out there with this storm. Let me turn lightning off. There you go. Storm is now getting ready to move into eastern parts of Pulaski County from near Jacksonville and Sherwood to East End. That's in Saline County, and eventually this is going to push into Lonoke County. Look for an extension of this severe thunderstorm warning to include a bigger swath of Lonoke County here pretty soon. Karen Fuller joining us. Says that, Karen Fuller, yes, that Karen Fuller, who will be here shortly, says the rain is letting up at Henson and Napa Valley. Thank you, Karen. It's calming down outside. The calm is now coming, so downtown Little Rock is beginning to see the worst part of the storm move away. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Eastern Pulaski County into Lonoke County. If you live in Lonoke County, I'd say if you live over in Lonoke, you're on the outskirts of that polygon, but I think they're going to fill it in just by looking at what we had just a few minutes ago in the garden with all of the hail and the wind. Flash flood warning in effect for Pulaski County. But for the most part here, I'll go back and I'll do a little bit of a reset here in the metro. For those of you wanting to know what else is going on here, we don't have much going on in Perry County and most of Faulkner or Conway County. It's beginning to let up, and that's good news in Garland County, Hot Spring, Grant. Now there is a little cell beginning to pop up in northern Jefferson County, but this is all we have in the Little Rock metro area. Pulaski County, Saline County, there's some rain, some thunder out in Saline and western Pulaski, but the heaviest part of this is in eastern Pulaski County and western Lonoke County. So Scott, Bauckham over in Lonoke County, in eastern Pulaski County. You folks are being impacted next. Is Hot Springs clear for the rest of the night, Jasmine? I think so. I think you're good. Yes, that tornado was scary. No power in southwest Little Rock. Peyton, where are we with power outages? We'll get an update. 18,000 statewide now without power. Split between the Pulaski and Garland, 8,000 between the two. Thank you. And 1,000 in Saline. Okay. Okay, so let me try to answer a couple of questions. Monica, I don't know where you live, Monica, but everything's going to be all right. It's just some loud thunderstorms going on. Little Rock will be out of the rain here shortly. Shannon Hills, this part of the night we like to try to take care of everybody that we can. What's happening here is I only see a few people at a time. I wish I could, and they cycle through, so I'll try to answer as much as I can. There you go. There's East End, Shannon Hills. The rain looks like it's letting up. Might still have some thunder in the distance, but the worst of it now moving to the east. All right, Brandon, good luck. I love it. Brandon says, the storm is here. I'm going to go fight it. Good luck, Brandon. Getting louder in Lonoke, yeah. I-40 corridor, let's concentrate on 40 and 70. If you live in Lonoke, it's getting ready to be loud in Lonoke. It's getting ready to rain fairly heavily. You're probably going to get some very strong wind gusts. Along I-40 east, there's Lonoke. And if you live out toward, let's say, Prairie County, even as far east as Prairie County, here's Lonoke right here. There's the leading edge of that thunderstorm. And here it is right here that produced the big hail and the very heavy rainfall from 5:30 to 4:40 and 40. This is what's going on in Pulaski County tonight. And the worst of it is through Little Rock and West Little Rock, Alexander. Yes, you're going to hear some thunder. Looks like East End. Looks like the worst of it is beginning to come to an end for you. But that's the strongest part of the thunderstorm we have. And let's see if they're going to quarter-sized hail by the airport. Severe thunderstorm warning continues for Faulkner, Lonoke, Pulaski, Saline County. That was at 2:42. That was 4 minutes ago. Watching rotation near Terry Locken Dam. Okay. Let's not do this again. Let me take a look. Oh, here's something for you. Let's go back. Let's go to Storm Track. The wind's out in advance of that line right here in the blue. That would be very indicative of some straight line wind gusts out ahead. I want to go to velocity mode or wind mode. And yeah, okay. Very strong winds right here. This red would indicate this bowing area, the winds pushing away from the thunderstorm coming down and out. So some very strong wind gusts are now moving into the Scott area, soon England, Keogh, and even up toward Jacksonville. Woodson, Wrightsville, you're getting some very heavy rain right now, and that is getting awfully close to Redfield down in Jefferson County. So England, Keogh, Scott, you're next in line with this wall of wind and very heavy rainfall. Tree blocking Colonel Glenn right past the Humane Society, so we have some downed trees out there. Tracy Beene just sent me a message. Tree across Colonel Glenn turning around. Okay. That's going to be an issue for folks, I guess, getting into work today. Tracy coming into work, she couldn't because of the tree. I got the picture right here. So thank you very much for letting me know that. Some very strong winds with this severe thunderstorm. And again, if you're just joining us, good morning. It's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, no words. These things happen. You get these strong thunderstorms sometimes. The atmosphere has been very conducive for the strong weather these last couple of 3 days. And we've got more coming up. I was asked to talk more about later on today. And it looks as if what happens will happen later in the afternoon. At least I hope so, because I'm going to be asleep eventually today. I'm going to have to be able to come back in and do this again later on this evening into tonight and possibly overnight tonight, early tomorrow. 5, 6 o'clock by the time you're getting out of work, or maybe you got loved ones coming home from, let's say, 5 p.m. to midnight, or maybe a little thereafter later today. Line of storms, some of those storms could contain some very large hail, kind of like we've got tonight. You know, maybe a few more of those storms occurring. And then once we get that out of the way, we'll get a nice shot of some drier, cooler conditions for Thursday, for Friday, for Saturday. And Sunday, Mother's Day looks good, except there'll be a chance of rain later in the day. Okay. So Peyton's our morning show executive producer. I don't know if you received the text that I did from Tracy Beene, our morning meteorologist. There is a tree in her way. She's going to have to find another way to come in this morning. Let's hope that tree, or there's no trees near Karen Fuller's house this morning. Karen will be in shortly as well. And you're up joining us this morning. Good in Maumelle, you know, as good as it can be. Heavy rain in Bauxite. Yes, going to have some heavy rain in Bauxite. North Little Rock can safely go to sleep. I think so. Well, Kelly, I'm so sorry about the anxiety. I know a lot of people have storm anxiety. And gosh, I'm so sorry. The loud, the thunder, the lightning and everything. I know it. I'm so sorry. Joshua just sent over. Joshua, why don't you share that with us another way from Twitter? Oh, okay, video from Twitter. Maybe it belongs to somebody else. Have you seen any more video of the tornado tonight, Peyton? You have not. Let's recycle those images while we have a second. We'll go. We've got some photos of the tornado as it went through Hot Springs. I mentioned Rolly Hoyt was affected. His roadways are Evening Acre in southeastern parts of Hot Springs in Garland County. We'll cycle through these. And again, here's a reminder that you can share your photos with us. 501-376-1111. Text them along. This is from Richard Dawson. You see the quarter in his hand? That's what we like for you to do. Put a quarter or something that we can get a reference of size. That's some spiky hail right there. Thank you, Richard. That'll do some damage to your roof. West of Oaklawn, some big hail there. Thank you. And some video from driveway cam looking west from Salem. Lots of lightning, a ton of lightning with these storms tonight. Very heavy rain. Thank you, Greg. Jennifer, this is the picture we're talking about. Jennifer Welch from Hot Springs. It certainly looks like a tornado, or at least looks like the lowering. And you've got the lightning illuminating at least the wall cloud, which could possibly be the tornado extending to the ground. That's what went over Hot Springs. Thank you, Jennifer, for sending that our way. And this is taking about midnight, looking east from Board Camp, Arkansas, toward Hot Springs, Montgomery County. Oh, so the tops of the thunderstorm with the lightning. Video of lightning tonight. Thank you. I'm just looking at the latest from the National Weather Service. Okay. Wall of wind continues to move to the east. That's storm damage. You can see the tree over in Lake Hamilton. Lots of images from Lake Hamilton tonight. 501-376-1111. Text the photos our way to 501-376-1111. That's Lake Hamilton storm damage tonight with the severe thunderstorm warnings and the tornado warnings. Severe rain and lightning, Salem from Case and Hobbs. Thank you very much. Rain and lightning in Benton. Yeah, keep it coming. We love to have it. We encourage you to send us your photos. Thank you. Eastern Pulaski County still has a threat of severe weather. Southeastern parts of the county as well. Let's go back to Max 1. Let's get everybody up to date. This line of storms is getting ready to move out of Pulaski and move into eastern Lonoke County around Scott, Keogh, England. You're in the path, but you're just on the southern part of that polygon. The most intense area of that thunderstorm is moving over the Arkansas River right now. And there's the warning extension we thought we would get. It's just southeast of Scott or southwest of Scott along Highway 161. And this warning, new warning, is in effect until 3:45. We have a flash flood warning until 4:30. Let me pull up our hail mode over here on Storm Track. Okay, yeah, let's go Storm Track. This is a really good representation of between Scott, Wrightsville down to Woodson of the hail core, and what we could be looking at is 1.5 to 1 3/4 inch hail, golf ball sized hail within this storm. Continuing to move to the east, also going to get some very strong wind gusts and some very heavy rain. If you're watching us in Lonoke County this morning, if you're watching us in eastern Pulaski County, this is what's affecting you. It's a severe thunderstorm warning, and a new severe thunderstorm warning was just issued for Arkansas, for Grant, for Jefferson, Lonoke, Prairie, and the eastern part of Pulaski County. So here we go. Let me take you back out. This is a little bit of a broader viewpoint here on Max 1. And we've got the polygon. I'll show you the polygon. Perry, you still with us tonight, or did we trade directors? Perry's still here. I'll tell you what. Perry's been chasing weather for the last 2 nights till 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Here's the new polygon, the new warning. Eastern Pulaski's in that, a northern part of Jefferson, Lonoke, over to Prairie County. On the I-40 corridor, if you live in Lonoke, you're going to be impacted by some very heavy rain and some very strong wind gusts. Now, western Pulaski County, Saline County, southern Faulkner County, you're out of the woods. Folks, I know that you get nervous about storms. It's okay. You can go to bed now and get that wonderful next 4 hours of sleep before you have to get up and go to work in the morning. But it looks like it's coming to an end west of Pulaski County. Yes, Mary, severe thunderstorm warning is heading toward the England area. England is Lonoke County. I'm here to help you the best that I can. There you go. Here's England. There's the thunderstorm, the severe thunderstorm warning. Thank you, Sky. I appreciate that. You can hand me one right now if you like. I'm drinking all of this, and I'm intaking quite a bit of it. Where does it go? Okay? There's going to come a point in time, folks. There's England. You got a little cell developing to your east, but just to your west, England, there's a pretty intense thunderstorm, a severe thunderstorm. Could have some hail and some strong wind gusts with it. And thank you all for the reports on Facebook. Jerry, thank you. Have a great night. Lost power in Austin. Let me go up to northern Lonoke County. Yeah, south side of Cabot being impacted by some heavy rain and some strong wind gusts. There's Austin and Cabot. Austin's just north of Cabot. And of course, we've got that. Let me turn that off. Turn that query off. There we can see who lives where now. Cabot, Austin, looks like some heavy rain. Cabot's out of that polygon, but there's another part of it that extends through Lonoke County that does include Lonoke and Furlough, includes Carlisle. So things are just beginning for you folks, ending for Pulaski County. There's still some thunderstorms out toward Saline and western Pulaski County. But the most intense part of this, ooh, that little knee has me concerned. Let me take another look at it here. Between Scott and Keogh, looks like a little rotation trying to develop there. Yeah. Watching the area near Hensley has a hook-like appearance. Thank you, Thomas. Okay. So we may get a tornado warning on this. Between Scott and Keogh, there's some strong wind gusts, possibly a little spin there. No tornado warning, but a severe thunderstorm warning. We talk about those couplets, about those colors, the reds and the blues. Let's go to Storm Track 11, and I'll show you the area that I'm concerned with. Something just caught my eye real quick. Sometimes they spin a little bit. Storm Track, there you go. It's this area right here. Here's Scott, Keogh, that area right there. It looks like it's trying to take on a little spin. So we'll keep an eye on that. The Weather Service may kick out a tornado warning on that here pretty soon in just a few minutes. Another area. Okay, that's it. That's all. But other than that, it's some straight line winds that are occurring. So that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on this evening or this morning. Losing track of time here. Soon we'll be burning daylight. Conway, nothing. You can go to bed, Clarence. Everything's good in Conway. Power is out in England, Mary. Thank you. I'm not surprised. Strong part of that thunderstorm is getting closer to England. There we are. This is our velocity. This is the wind mode. You see those strong wind gusts pushing out in advance of that line, moving through Scott, Keogh, and some very strong winds now near the England area. This area, all of it is under a severe thunderstorm warning. Power out in Toltec. That's over toward the England area. What about Jacksonville? Well, heavy rain in Jacksonville. Looked like that polygon, that part of the polygon, has been turned off. Okay. Okay. So this is what we have going on so far. Misty, I'm so sorry. Man, it's just very loud out there. These are very intense thunderstorms, and when they happen at night, you can't see what's coming at you. It doesn't help matters at all. Go back to Storm Track. Go back to Max 1, Mr. Perry. Thank you very much. This is what we have going on. This area that's bowing out, it's the strongest part of the thunderstorm. Severe thunderstorm warning in Lonoke County, northern Jefferson County, Prairie County. This does include places like England. It includes Lonoke. It includes Carlisle. It includes, the smaller farm communities that you'll find in Lonoke County, in the eastern part of Prairie County, not quite to Duval's Bluff. And there's also a box here. This is a flash flood warning. Very heavy rain in a very short amount of time. So this flash flood warning is in effect for Pulaski and Saline counties. But the strongest part of this thunderstorm is now moving into eastern or western Lonoke County. And this is concerning. This is some very, very strong winds could knock out power beginning to bow out here. This is where England, Scott's up there just a little. So again, that's along Highway 15 near Keogh. Here's 15 and there's the tornado warning. Okay, it was bound and determined to happen. Okay, wrapping up. I said a minute ago, so now we got us a new tornado warning for Lonoke County. Let me give you the specifics behind it here. I'm not surprised. Here we go. Lonoke County, central Lonoke County, under a tornado warning till 3:30. Thunderstorm capable of producing the tornado. You can see it behind me right here, located near Toltec Mound State Park, or southwest of Lonoke. It's moving east at 35 miles per hour. So it's going to travel just to your north, England, that part of it, and it may not last long. It's bowing outward, and sometimes you get these kinks, these twists along the line, and that's what's happening. So we're going to keep it here, Lonoke County, central Lonoke County, and it's just a little red area, a little red polygon area within the severe thunderstorm warning, but some very strong, if not a tornado, very strong wind gusts. Now on the eastern side of 165, just north of England, and that's going to Pettus. You're right in the path of this little community of Pettus here. If you live along Highway 15, Pettus, Highway 31, 381, you're all in the path of this. There's not many little communities, but there may be some folks out there that, have some farmland in central Lonoke County. A lot of catfish ponds out in that way. You're in the path of this, could possibly produce a tornado. It tightened up really quickly, and there you go. That's the result right there. Here it is. This is the area of concern currently over Lonoke County, north of Keogh, along Highway 15. Excuse me. Let me take a little swig. There we go. Radar indicated rotation. We haven't had a confirmation, but yes, Central, here it is, 3:03, 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:03 a.m. and Central Lonoke County has the tornado warning, and that's the concern that we have. It's wrapping up pretty quickly. Carlisle's going to be in the path. If it were to travel northeast, Carlisle's here, so this is going to take a path toward Carlisle. Pettis, Highway 31, 381, and 13, you folks are going to be in the path of this. Okay, along with that, there's also some very large hail in this area too. Storm Track 11. Let's go there and we'll take a look at a couple of different things. Storm Track 11. Okay, along with the polygon of the tornado warn part of this, you've got some very large hail and some strong wind gusts. 3-inch hail near Keogh. It's probably very loud. Lots of lightning with this. You've got the sound of the hail. You've got the roar of the hail and the possibility that you could have a tornado in that area right there. So if you live in western and central Lonoke County, there's your tornado warning. Look at this, is what I'm talking about. This kink right here. And that triangle would indicate that a possible tornado. All right, Pettis, you're in the path of it. And this is going to take a northeastward turn toward the Carlisle area. Let me try to put a little storm track on this, and we'll see if we can pick up some other communities. All right, here we go. We'll take it. Pettis, Carlisle, and Screeton. Okay? Pettis, Carlisle, and Screeton. And some of you may have a home out here, okay? This keeps wrapping up. Very, very tight rotation, very strong there. It's moving into Pettis as we speak. If you have family in Pettis on Highway 31, then they are going to be affected by this. Nope, that's not what I want. Here we go, getting awfully close to 31 and Bob Long Road. Here's Bob Long Road. Here's the Whedon Cemetery Road, and this is our area of concern. Red Wine Road, Highway 31 and Pettis. It's moving over you as we speak. If you live on those roads, get your safe place. Get to it now. All right. Once again, Bob Long, you've got Red Wine, Highway 31, that intersection, that area there. Possible tornado, certainly some very strong winds and some hail with this. Seeing if anything else is being said by the National Weather Service. Yeah. There you go. A little broader perspective. I'm going to lose the roads here, but we're keeping an eye on the rotation and where it's located. And things have really settled down outside here. If you live in Pulaski County, western Pulaski County, Faulkner County, Perry County, Garland County, Saline County, you folks can go back to bed. 3:07 a.m. tornado warning. I cannot believe this is happening tonight. I expected it later on today. There we go. Let me turn the lightning off. Intense thunderstorm. This really doesn't give you a good idea. Doesn't really show, but somewhere in this general area here is where we find the rotation. And sometimes when you're using the reflectivity mode, it's good. You can see the hook echo, but in this regard, it isn't. So what do? I'll go back to the wind mode, the velocity mode, where we can pick up where that area, that couplet right here, and the strong outward winds that are blowing near Blakemore, Arkansas, Blakemore, Hamilton. You folks are going to be in the path of the severe thunderstorm, but north of Keogh is where we find the possible tornado. There's Highway 31 and 15, and again, Bob Long Road. near Pettis, Arkansas. If you live there, if you know folks that live there, hopefully that they've been able to take cover. Okay? Go back to Facebook. Okay. Okay. So that's where we are. It's moving over Pettis right now. Circulation center is over Pettis. Let's hope it's just some strong wind gusts. And by looking here, winds blowing away from radar. The radar is back over here. Look at the winds blowing out 60 to possibly 80 miles per hour. Yeah, some strong winds nonetheless. In fact, you match up this area with this orange, and you've got some very strong wind gusts happening in that area of the state, or Lonoke County. And this is Lonoke County. And this is moving into central Lonoke County. I'll do a little reset real quick. Tornado warning in effect, central Lonoke County. Possible tornado near Pettis, Arkansas. If you live around Highway 31 and Bob Long Road in Pettis, Arkansas, they just adjusted the polygon outward a little bit. Now it does include Carlisle. So Carlisle, I don't think you were included last time, but now you are. It's some very strong straight line winds with this thunderstorm. Go back to live radar here. There's lightning. I know a lot of you are concerned, hey, what's going on around, my area? Our biggest concern right now is that little polygon in central Lonoke County, surrounded by a larger area of severe thunderstorm, warned for the strong winds and for the large hail. All I see is one little cell, northern parts of Arkansas County, a few more out in West Little Rock, but for the most part, things are settling down in Pulaski County. So Lonoke and Prairie County, it's on you now, or it's traveling in your area. Hopefully you're in your safe place. Centermost part of your home, lowest level of your home. Take something to cover up your head. Don't forget that. Make sure the kids have their shoes. 3 o'clock in the morning, everybody's asleep. On your phone, you can stream us. With THV11 app, just hit play and there we are. We'll walk you through it. Hopefully you've got juice to your phone if you lose power, and it's possible. These are some very strong winds moving through Lonoke County. It's possible to lose some power, so you got your phone as a backup, and you can listen to my voice, and I'll walk you through it as long as we have this warning tonight, okay? So those are just a few tips, some things to remember. Sometimes we get a little nuts and we forget about things, but those are the things you want to remember. Grab something, put over the kids, get them into their safe place. Hearing hail between Cabot and Lonoke. Okay. Yes, Rhonda, I do expect it to move into Prairie County. In fact, Prairie County is under a severe thunderstorm warning. And there it is. This is the area that we're talking about. Look how it kind of curves up like there's a notch. So there's some rotation here, moving over Pettis. Looks like it might now just be past Pettis, but it's traveling along, I think it's called Bob Long Road. That's the only road I see there. There's Bob Long Road, Highway 31, 381. There's a lot of farms out here. Homes that have farms. You got the catfish ponds out there near Lonoke. Here's Carlisle, Lonoke, central Lonoke County. Blakemore got some very strong winds, and soon little community of Hamilton will get some very strong wind gusts. Rhonda, the tornado warning may be extended. It just depends on whether or not the storm weakens. So if you live in Prairie County, it's a good point. 3 o'clock in the morning, you got family in Prairie County, I would go ahead and get your safe place ready. That's probably the best thing to do. Keep your family safe. All right. Right in here, right in there. Let's see if we have any debris signature. I don't see anything. But this is our wind mode from max 1 showing the strongest winds and also where there could possibly be a tornado in Lonoke County. Okay, let's see what else. High winds located apex of the bow. Winds could be 60+ miles per hour or more in the apex of the bow. Good morning, you made it. Tracy Beene is here, who battled trees across roadways to get here. High wind should be located at the apex. This is the apex right here, and the possibility of a spin. Okay. Tornado warning, central Lonoke County. Severe thunderstorm warning extends into Prairie County tonight. Sirens are going off in Lonoke. I'm not surprised. Lonoke, you know, when these sirens go off in a certain area, they're going off for the whole county, although the warning may not be for that spot. And that's the way it is. We've got a little part of the polygon, the red area, that's under the tornado warning, but you know, the county kicks off the sirens for the whole county, although it's just this area here that we're concerned about in central Lonoke County. Do I expect more severe weather in Saline County today? Sheila, I think it would be later in the afternoon and evening. I think we're going to have a good amount of time today where we won't have to worry about it, but late this afternoon and this evening, Sheila. Hayden wants to know if Cabot is in the clear. From where I'm looking, Cabot's just got some rain. Cabot's in the clear, Austin's in the clear, Pulaski County, White County, Faulkner County, Perry, Garland, Saline in the clear. County not in the clear, Lonoke County. County not in the clear, Prairie County. Lots of lightning and thunder with this thunderstorm as it's bowing out and moving to the east at about 25 miles per hour. Some very strong wind gusts. And there we go. And that's what we're looking at. That red polygon is the tornado warning tonight. Don't really see anything down in Whitehall and Jefferson County for our folks watching us there. I'm taking a quick look. Whitehall, there's storms to the north of you, but they should stay to the north and to the east. The outflow boundary, though, might produce some more storms. It's kicking out an outflow boundary. Okay. All right. I'm trying to answer questions, many questions. All right. So, Lonoke, yes. Ashley, go to bed. Cabot, good. Yes, go. Raining hard, crazy wind in Lonoke. Yes. There is a little bit of a swirl here, a little spin right there. If there's a tornado, it's right in here between Lonoke, or south of Lonoke and Highway 70. I don't want to. Lonoke and Pettis. Pettis storm should be moving through your region if it already hasn't done so. It should be through. Carlisle is in the polygon. This is moving to the northeast at about 25 miles per hour. Here we go. Let's see here. And there you go. Look at it wrap up. Put it in motion. Look at it wrap up right there. So it's going to be impacting 381, Highway 13 between Hamilton and Carlisle, possibly up toward the Carlisle area a little later this morning. And, you know, showing a lot of colors here. You look at this, you go, what is that? It doesn't look like anything. We're looking at colors of wind, or velocity mode, or wind mode. We can see the wind. And, you know, if you match it up with the legend above here, you get a good idea of how strong those wind gusts are. These wind gusts in this orange could be between 60 and 80 miles per hour. And when they bend a little bit, get a little bit of an appendage that's bending, then we've got to be concerned with rotation. And that's why the Weather Service has kicked out the tornado warning. Let's see if they're going to continue. Here's some good news. Tornado watch has been canceled for Clark, Faulkner, Garland, Grant, Hot Spring, Montgomery, Perry, Pike, Pulaski, Saline. Yeah, max 2. This is the good news, okay? Max 2. Ha, there it is. Now, I know Perry's, hey, look, Perry's been with us a while. Northeast Arkansas, we're still here. If you live Pulaski County west, there's nothing to worry about for the rest of the night. Go to bed, get the sleep that you can, Storms are going to be firing up once again here later in the day today. Wanted to share that. That's good news. That tornado watch is in effect. Has been canceled now for a good part of central and western Arkansas. All right, so tornado warning for Lonoke County has been canceled. That is certainly some good news. So the warning has been canceled. Let's go back to Max 1. We still have the severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for Lonoke County. But notice the tornado warning has been allowed to expire. So there's more good news. The watch has been lifted and the warning's been lifted, but we still have the box where we have the severe thunderstorm warning in effect, and that's going to continue for a little while longer. Arkansas and Monroe counties, though, have been added to the tornado watch, so that's not so good. Yeah, that's not so good. They've been added. Going back to Facebook here. Granted, that's why we're here. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Sirens are still going off in Lonoke, and they'll probably continue to go off because the Weather Service canceled the warning before the warning could expire. But just know there's not a tornado warning in Lonoke County anymore. It's been allowed to expire. Ward and Beebe area, that's in White County, and right now things are good. White County, you can go to bed, okay? It's past Keogh, yes. The weather should be moving past Keogh. The weather should be improving in that region. Let me go back to our radar, live radar mode here. I'm going to turn off lightning so we can see the worst of it. There's England. Here's Keogh. Keogh, Scott, you're good. The worst part of this storm still could possibly produce tornado on down the line, but it's moving along. It's now beginning to enter western Prairie County. Prairie County has a severe thunderstorm warning, and so does central Lonoke County. Hey, y'all, welcome. Thank you for, I'm sorry we had to wake you up like this. I really am. I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of this. So there we are. I'm just looking to see if anybody else needs anything. I'm not going to bail. Tracy Beene is going to be stepping in here in just a moment. Mr. Payton, do we want to update power outages? I know we got a lot of them. 20,000 folks without power. Pulaski County, Garland County, a few in Saline County. We had a tornado tonight that moved through Garland County and Hot Springs. Really? Can we pop that up real quick to show folks at home? Okay, good. Our executive producer, Peyton Rayford, pointing out that the path of the storm has knocked out a lot of power. Not only here in Pulaski County, but Garland County, all the way back to Montgomery County. That's where it really kind of began and took off and got stronger, moved into Garland County and produced a tornado. The Weather Service will confirm that tomorrow, but just looking at some of the damage pics that have come in and the pictures of the tornado, I'm pretty sure that we had a tornado. All right, Peyton, thank you so much. Keep those pictures coming too. It's at 3:20 in the morning, 501-376-1111. And that's fine. That's good. So here's what we'll do. 3:20. Tell you what, Tracy, I know that you need to get some forecasting done. How long do you need for that? How much time can I give you to get that done?
Maybe about 20 minutes just to get my mind wrapped around things.
Why don't you go take care of that? I'll hang out here until this warning expires.
Okay. All right.
And I'll turn it over to you. Okay?
All right. I'll have it in my ear if you need me.
And you probably won't see me until next Thursday.
Get some sleep. I'll be back.
Okay. So that's what we'll do. Peyton, I think I can drive this. I'm just going to answer questions on Facebook if you need to go do the morning show. Is there another director that can relieve Perry? You're fine? Okay, Perry. I know Perry's getting all that overtime right now. Okay. So Perry and I are going to be with you, and we're going to update you until this warning expires. Looks like it's going to continue for a little while longer, Prairie County. Hayden Balgavy better not be calling in sick. Okay, good. Hayden says, he says thanks. And yes, I'll take a coffee. All right. Pulaski County, we're pretty much in the clear except for the flash flood warning. Lonoke County, Western Prairie County, this is the worst of it right now. You see the Boeing segment of the storm, some very strong winds, prompted the tornado warning that has now expired. This is getting ready to move into Prairie County. If you live in Prairie County, England, 165, even over to Duval's Bluff. If you live in Clarendon, this storm is holding together and it's beginning to elongate and look more like a bow echo. And as that happens, then it becomes more of a straight line wind threat than more of a tornado threat. But sometimes you get those eddies that pop up in and within that line. Let me go back and see what the Weather Service says. Severe thunderstorm warning is going to continue for these counties. Golf ball size tail, 60 mile per hour winds until 3:45 at 3:23 now. If we can get to 3:45 without another warning, then we'll get off the air. We've been going a long time here this morning. Okay? Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect. Also Facebook, Cabot, you can go to bed. Christy, I sent you to bed a long time ago. Brandon, go to bed. All right, yes, Steve, go to bed. And Joanne, I think you're good. Okay? Yes. You're waiting for me to tell you. Okay. So, all right. It's no joke. I'm punch drunk right now, folks, because it's been a long day. All right. I'm turning off this watch warning thing again. Hold on just a second. Okay. Now we can see the box that's in the severe thunderstorm warning. That's in Lonoke County, Prairie County. Highway 165 here. We're looking at Highway 70. Between 70 and 165, you're going to find your strongest part of the thunderstorm. And it does dip down into extreme northern Jefferson County. I do want to point out, I don't know if you can see this, there's a little thin band of dark green there. That's an outflow boundary. And sometimes along outflow boundaries, you'll get further development. Behind it, though, it's just general rain and thunder with the flash flood warning. Ahead of it, though, it's some very strong wind gusts. And if we can, Perry, let's go back over to Storm Track 11, and I'll show you where the strongest winds are in the apex of this bow right here. Here's Carlisle, between Carlisle and Humnoke. Coy's had some strong winds. Humnoke, Carlisle, soon to be Hazen and Duval's Bluff. There it is, that blue area that's kicking out there, that's where we find the strongest wind gusts. And I'm going to put it on a wind mode and see. It's just a little different color on Max 1 than it is on Storm Track, but it does give you an idea. We can go Max 1 now. Max 1, it'll match up perfectly with that color on the wind mode. Okay, there it is right there. Matches up with that 60 to 80 mile per hour push of wind that is, wow, getting ready to leave Lonoke County and go into Prairie County. So just north of you, Stuttgart, looks like it might just miss you. Duval's Bluff, you're going to get a piece of that wind. It's going to get a piece of you. Highway 70, 63, 165. This area arcing and moving to the east is going to have some very strong wind gusts and some very heavy rain. Let's see, what does the hail look like? Hail has also been a component tonight, some big hail. And yep, there it is. That purplish area is indicative of golf ball to egg sized hail. Along with that, we've had hail quarter sized and larger, so it's very large hail. The storms that come in later tonight, that come in this evening, Nathan Scott's going to talk a lot about that at noon today, of what those storms can have, and it's mainly a big hail threat coming in late this afternoon and tonight. But we could also see a tornado threat out of it as well. This is just one isolated storm that's managed to hold together and has moved across a lot of real estate. Tonight's storms, we may have 3 or 4 of these going at once, okay? That severe thunderstorm warning has been extended, lo and behold. Let me give the particulars on that here tonight. So no, they weren't going to let it go. They had to go and issue another warning, but it's all right. Wow. Get this. 1.5 inch hail reported at Blakemore, which is in Lonoke County, lasted for 8 minutes. 8 minutes of 1.5 inch hail. That's big hail. Power is currently out in Blakemore. Rotation near Parker's Corner. Okay, we'll have to take a look at that. Severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Woodruff, Prairie, Lone Oak, Monroe, and Arkansas counties. That's the extension here of that storm. It's elongating and it's pushing to the east pretty quickly. Now it's picking up speed. It's, they're moving to the east now 50 miles per hour. Earlier tonight it was 20 to 25, 70 mile per hour wind gusts, and ping pong ball sized hail cannot be ruled out. So Lone Oak, Prairie County, northern Arkansas County, now that does include Stuttgart, northern Jefferson, a good part of Monroe, and southern Monroe? Woodruff is what I'm looking at. Okay, Woodruff and Monroe. Okay, so big hail, the big hail core here, along with the winds. Let me go back to the radar and turn the lightning off. Drives me crazy. Where's the lightning? Sometimes the lightning gets in the way of the structure of the storm. But there it is. It's over eastern Lone Oak County, moving into western Prairie County, extending now down into northern Jefferson County. So this part is going to skirt right across Stuttgart. And there's a purplish area there that I showed you a minute ago, the large hail, that's where that's located. Flash flood warning remains in effect for Pulaski and Saline counties. And this warning extends and includes the Brinkley area, Clarendon area. So you folks are going to be in line to get some very strong wind gusts and some large hail tonight. Sirens going off in Carlisle again. I don't know why. There's not a tornado warning in Carlisle. It's a severe thunderstorm warning. I see a lot of straight line wind. I see a lot of wind with this. Yes, you are good in Jacksonville. There is a cell in northern Pulaski County, a little thunderstorm right now, but I think you're good. Not much. Some heavy rain in Jacksonville is what's going on. So if you're up with us tonight, early this morning, 3:30, man, it's an all-nighter. It's one of those situations that sometimes you have these rogue severe cells that develop, and they develop at the worst possible time, like the one that we had tonight that started developing in Montgomery and Garland County, strengthened, gained some rotation, and by it was a little before 1 o'clock, we had a tornado warning, 1 in the morning. And what it's done is it's spread out, it's gotten bigger, and this is where it is now. It's located now in Lone Oak in Prairie County, producing some strong wind gusts, could have possibly produced a brief tornado, and some big hail is also a possibility with this storm. It's just incredible that we get these nighttime events. And people are afraid. I hope you have ways of receiving severe weather information. I mentioned it earlier. You know, the THV11 app, you can toggle on the warnings. You can also stream. And I mentioned weather call tonight. I'm going to mention it again. It's perfect for something like this when you're at home and, you know, you got the NOAA weather radio ready to go, but your phone is right beside you. The weather radio's in another room. You're going to get that call and you're going to get that warning, a severe thunderstorm warning, or a tornado warning, and it's precise. If you live anywhere in this yellow, you're going to get the call. If you're outside of it, you're not. See, a warning can be issued for a county like Pulaski County. You might live in Maumelle, but the warning may be in West Little Rock. Doesn't include Maumelle, so you're not going to get the call. It's very precise, and it's just another layer of the protection. Have as many different methods of receiving severe weather information. It does cost a little. I don't get that money. It's just for the service. It's like buying an app for your phone is all it is. And you're going to get a call, and it's going to alert you to take shelter immediately. Text the word CALL to 501-376-1111. 501-376-1111. Okay. Jamie, is Carlisle good to go to bed? Let's see about Carlisle. I think that you're on the fringe of that storm. You're right in the middle of it. It's just some heavy rain and some wind. Jamie, some people would call that good sleeping weather. Weather call. Thank you, Ryan, for doing that. If it's Ryan that's actually up tonight, Cabot is good for the umpteenth time. There you go. Our focus is now in Eastern Lonoke County, Western Prairie County, northern parts of Jefferson and Arkansas counties, and then down the road we've got Monroe. A few more storms, though. You know, I'll say this, it's probably going to stay rowdy for a little while longer. It looks like more storms are trying to come together in northern Pulaski County, where there might still be a little leftover energy. But I would say that for the most part, Little Rock and most of central Arkansas that's received the storms tonight, they've had a lot of that energy rained out. But storms are firing up in northern Pulaski County. Let's see where this takes us. There is a flood warning through central parts of Pulaski and over into Saline County, but not much else is going on. And the tornado watch has been lifted. Max 2 has our current counties under the tornado watch, and those counties look like this. We'll go to Max 2, Perry, and show you where. It's up now. Sorry, I was looking at it on the screen behind me. There it is. Central Arkansas, southwest Arkansas now have been eliminated from the watch. The tornado watch now extends into eastern Arkansas. THV11 viewing area, Independence County, Jackson, Woodruff, Monroe, Arkansas. And once this crosses over and out of Monroe and Woodruff County, it becomes the responsibility of Memphis. But the good news is that central Arkansas has now been eliminated. We've been dropped from the tornado watch. Okay. Sean in Newport, nothing going on up in Newport, not yet, Jackson County. Okay. And again, what prompted all this today, or what has prompted this tonight, is stalled out frontal boundary that moved in. Maybe you live a little farther west of Little Rock. The dew points dropped off a bit behind the front. Temperatures were still warm. Well, that front is meandering back and forth, getting a little upper level energy riding along that front. And this has prompted these storms tonight, overnight thunderstorms. 334, we still have a severe thunderstorm warning. And that warning is going to continue for a while. Looks like it's going to be until 4:15. Blakemore reporting 1.5-inch hail tonight. That from the National Weather Service. I mean, it's just incredible, the wind with these thunderstorms moving into Prairie County, how they're bowing. Now, okay. Let's see if I can do this right here. I don't think that's going to work for me. Okay. So this is what we have. Let's go back to Max 1. Thank you. Max 1. And I apologize, folks. I'm running out of energy here. 3:35. Been here a little while today. The severe thunderstorm line of severe thunderstorms is getting closer to Stuttgart. Soon we'll be getting closer to Duval's Bluff and Clarendon, and then eventually to the Brinkley area. Strong wind gusts, possibly some hail, and the wind could be damaging. Could be some damaging wind gusts at that. Okay. The hail cores have come down a bit. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Here you go. There you go. There's Lonoke County, Prairie County. You've got a little part of Woodruff and Monroe counties, northern Arkansas County. Here's your hail core, and it continues to weaken, continues to fall back a little bit. So maybe we're beginning to see the storms losing a little bit of their intensity. But according to that, it could still be ping pong to golf ball sized hail. Okay? All right. Let me go back to Facebook, see if there's anybody else that needs anything. Stuttgart, okay. There you go, Jax. Stuttgart. Yeah, Stuttgart's going to get a little glancing shot of this. Okay, Karen. Thank you, Karen. Audrey's good. All right, there you go, Craig. Yeah, I'm glad to be here. We'll do it again later today. All right? So severe thunderstorm warnings remain in effect. Hey, look, you didn't make it, Hayden Balgavy. How you doing? What's that? No, I'm good. I'm good. Appreciate that, though. Brought me some sore throat medicine. You should have brought me some new vocal cords, That would have been great. Yeah. Hayden Balgavy, Karen Fuller, and Tracy Beene will be walking you through the morning show here pretty soon. I'm hoping that things settle down weather-wise so that you can get some rest tonight, or what's left of the night tonight. 3:37, storms continue in Lone Oak and Prairie counties. Out of the metro area, Little Rock Metro, Conway, Faulkner County, Perry County, Saline County, Benton Bryant, all of you folks are in the clear right now. The tornado watch has been allowed to expire, except for in eastern Arkansas. So we still have that potential for a tornado and some strong winds. And notice that the northern part of the flank of this thunderstorm, not nearly as impressive as it was just a few minutes ago. Let's see. I'll go back to our radar real quick, and we will take a look at the storm and where it is. That northern part is just some heavy rain north of I-40. We are seeing some more showers build to the west, and keeping an eye on what's going on. It's probably going to be a loud morning, once again, with thunderstorms redeveloping in the wake in northern Pulaski County, southern Pulaski, northern Jefferson County. Again, wind and large hail. Could see a tornado, but right now it looks more of a Boeing line segment. Audrey, you can go to sleep. There you go. City of Lone Oak. Lone Oak is in the clear now. You may go to sleep. Happy to help out. I didn't mean to do that. Very soon, very shortly here, Tracy Beene will be hopping on, and she'll be walking you through this, making sure you're all safe. Certainly settling down here in central Arkansas. Haven't seen any more reports from the Weather Service. But happy to answer questions on Facebook if I can. Okay. Chris, BB's fine. Sherwood is pretty much in the clear. Now there's a thunderstorm not far from Sherwood, but I think for the severe weather part of it, you're fine. Terry College Station, which is in the Little Rock area, just some rain and some lightning, okay? Again, the heaviest part or the strongest part of this thunderstorm is moving through Lone Oak, out of Lone Oak County, now into Prairie County, and will be impacting Duval's Bluff, Clarendon here pretty soon, and some of these other communities. You got Tollville, Slovak, Fairmount. You're getting some very heavy rain and wind right now. And all of that is moving to the east. Could have some wind gusts in excess of 60 to 70 miles per hour. Between Duval's Bluff and Ullum, the wind is peaking at around 70.5 miles per hour. Let's see if here's Ullum, there's Duval's Bluff. Right in here where the wind is peaking, those wind gusts blowing out and away in that bow. Jax did not get a measurement on the wind, but I have seen reports anywhere from 50 to 60 in some regards. Heavy rain in Des Arc right now. Well, there you go. Thank you. Des Arc, my dad used to take me over to Des Arc and we'd go fishing. My dad and my grandfather, we'd go to Horn Lake in Des Arc, and we'd fish occasionally at Lake Des Arc. Latricia, I think you're fine in Hensley. I think Hensley, Arkansas is looking good. Let me go down here. It's probably going to be a little loud for a while. Whitehall. In the southern part of that, maybe getting loud and some strong thunderstorms. There's Hensley near Woodson. Yeah, just some heavy rain, okay? Moving to the east at about 50 miles per hour, they move through the downtown Little Rock area about 20 to 25. They just crawled along where we are. Now they're picking up forward momentum in central parts of Prairie County and some back building back over towards southern Lone Oak County. Lone Oak, Prairie counties, Clarendon to Brinkley, some strong thunderstorms, strong line of thunderstorms there. Northern Lone Oak. Ashley, in northern Lone Oak County, there are some thunderstorms there. I don't think that, let's see, the tornado watch has been canceled, so a lot of that tornado potential has been wrung out. Terry, I'd like to have some pancakes for breakfast. That sounds great, Terry. Man, hit the Waffle House on the way home. I better not do that. With you tonight, continuing to follow and track those storms moving through Prairie County, soon to move into northern Arkansas County and also into Monroe counties. Okay? That's the strongest storms that we have right now. They could produce some wind gusts. And I've noticed that we're losing the colors here, those real bright reflectivity colors of purples. So this storm might be going through a weakening phase, let's hope, but still could get some strong wind gusts. Oh, Chantel, where is Allport? Where is Allport? I can't think about it off the top of my head. Allport, Arkansas. Oh, okay. It should be fine then. What are you doing up there? There's Coy. East of Coy, there's Humnoak. Okay, so it's right in there. Oh, right. It's, yeah, okay. Yeah, some heavy rainfall, some thunder, some lightning, you know. Have y'all replaced Perry? He's still punching up there? Oh, he went home. Okay. Well, there. Well, I'm going to be turning this over to Tracy momentarily. Just wanted to give her a chance to take a look at what's going on weather-wise tonight. You'll be in good hands, 345. You've got Wake Up Central coming up at 4:30, about the time I get home. if I'm lucky to get home by that time. Things are beginning to settle down here in central Arkansas, with the exception of the severe thunderstorm warning. You know what? We typically don't do warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings. We do tornado warnings, but this started with a tornado warning, and we just decided to stay with it. All in an effort to make sure that you have the information you need to keep your family safe, and that you can get a good night's sleep here soon. Thank you, Chantel. Appreciate that. She said between England and Stuttgart. Hazen. What's going on in Hazen? Power is starting to go out there. Where'd Hazen go? Hazen disappeared. I know you're in Prairie County. There you go. There you go. Well, the storm's beginning to wrap up in the Hazen area. There's a little turning motion near Hazen, a little twist, a little backwards C kind of effect. Okay. You guys are all welcome. I hope we don't have to do this again later tonight and early tomorrow morning, but we might. What is today? What day are we on this week? Today is only Wednesday? Are you kidding? You're not lying to me, are you? Is it really just Wednesday? Man. It's when your coming is caught up with your going. Coming and going. Well, one caught up with the other. Okay. Okay. The battle of wills. All right. Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect. I'm going to stay here until Miss Tracy has her forecasting done for the day. and hopefully she'll be in here soon. High winds moving into Clarendon very shortly. Winds could be as high as 70 miles per hour, and here's why. This is the apex of the bow right there. There's Clarendon. So the strongest winds are pushing out right near the Clarendon area. Let me see if I can track that. There we go. Let's go storm track 11. Brett, storm track, there you go. Where this area of blue is, this is where the strongest winds. So between Clarendon and Ulm down Stuttgart, probably around 70 mile per hour winds with the strongest wind gusts right there. Now beginning to push closer to Clarendon. Duval's Bluff, you're the same way. And soon we'll have Brinkley, Holly Grove, and Casco in the mix. So severe thunderstorm winds of 70 miles per hour, as high as 70 miles per hour, now beginning to get closer to Clarendon. And this line is really picking up the pace. It started off 20, 25 miles per hour. Now it's moving along at about 50 to 60. So it's a moving. Okay, so that's what we have going on right now. This blue area, yep, 70 mile per hour wind speeds possibly there. Okay, let's see if we got anybody else here. What time do I think Dover will get storms? I think Dover is nowhere near the storms tonight. It'd be later today. It'd be later on this evening. Dover will be one of those places, 4, 5, 6 o'clock, that could get that next round of storms. As for a look at the statewide vantage point, this is what it looks like right now with all of the activity in central and east central Arkansas. Not much going on in western, southern, south central, north central Arkansas. Still the severe thunderstorm warning in Prairie, Monroe counties, northern Arkansas County for the possibility of some very strong wind gusts, possibly upwards of around 70 miles per hour. Yes, Jax, let your cousin know in Duval's Bluff about those storms. Folks, it's about that time. I'm going to turn into a pumpkin here shortly. We'll get Miss Tracy in here and have her take over. The 3 bottles of water that I have had, that I've consumed here these last couple of hours, well, you know what happens when you drink all that water. Unless Peyton would like to come and slap on a microphone and hang out with me. Or Hayden Balgavy. No, you're not going to do it? Okay, that's fine. Timing of the storms tomorrow, that's a good question. The timing of the storms coming in tomorrow, we'll say, well, this is tomorrow, be later on tonight. Right now, look to be between, beginning around 5, 6 o'clock in western Arkansas, central Arkansas around 9, 10 o'clock, and moving out of the state by midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. At least that's the plan. At least we hope it's that way. The storms tonight, although got a little more feisty than thought, we kind of hung around. We knew that we'd probably have something along that boundary. So glad that everybody's safe out there. Let's hope that the damage in Garland County wasn't terrible or too terrible tonight. We know that we've had some trees down. There's power outages. 20,000 folks in Arkansas without power from the storms. And they started in Montgomery County and have taken a track through central Arkansas. Heavy rain. We've had some big hail tonight. And just remember that you can always share your pictures with us at 501-376-1111. Text those photos along. Tell us who you are, where you're from. Do it safely. We don't want you to go out in a hailstorm. I'm not going to send you out in the hail. Okay? There's what you need to know right there. Text us your photos. We want them. Weather photos can be of severe weather. It can be of weather that is nice. When the weather's nice, it can be of your spring flowers and roses. Just keep our phone number handy and send that our way. Okay, 3:52. Severe thunderstorm warning continues for Prairie and Monroe counties. Folks, I've run out of energy, and I'm fading, and I apologize for that. Is Miss Tracy mic'd up and ready to go? Brett, did y'all mic her up? Okay. I hear footsteps. Are you ready, ma'am? You ready? Okay. Well, good. Got this. Got the warnings. You know how this is done. And she's going to turn her mic on. I'm going to bid you a farewell tonight. Tracy's got you. Good hands. Huh? Behind the scenes look. Talking to Tracy. Oh, well, she's right here. She's not really behind the scenes. She's passing behind me.
Good morning,
now.
friends. We
There
had
you
the
go. So there you go. I'm gonna go take care of some business and go home.
Go take a nap.
Yeah. Well, that's probably all I'll get today, and we'll do this again later.
Well, thank you for staying with us.
Y'all stay safe tonight. Miss Tracy's got you covered.
I can hear you, Peyton.
Thank you, Tracy.
We're good to go. Good morning, friends. It has been a rowdy night. Of course, these storms are causing all kinds of trouble. It's very loud. Even if you didn't have any of the heavy rainfall or hail that passed through, you heard it for sure. I know it woke all of us up at our house. And even on my way in this morning, got almost to the interstate, and I sent in pictures of some trees. It was one tree, actually a very large tree on Colonel Glenn. So just for my neighbors out in that Ferndale, Colonel Glenn area, if you're headed out this morning, there's a very large tree laying across Colonel Glenn, right past the Humane Society and around just past the Lake Nixon street right there. So be careful. It's right around a curve. Almost ran into it. So especially with this rain and the darkness, it's hard to see, and it's going to take quite a while to remove that from the roadway. So be careful of that. I know we've got damage across the city as well outside of that. But right now, again, we are looking pretty good. Things are starting to weaken just a little bit, but we are watching areas around Clarendon, Brinkley, that is starting to move into your area, and Stuttgart starting to see maybe just a little bit of relief, a few storms there as well. But we also have this flash flooding today until 4:30 this morning. We're watching the severe thunderstorm warning until 4:15 this morning, and we'll see if that is allowed to expire. That does right on the edge of the THV11 viewing area. So once that pushes out, well, hopefully right around 4:15, we're going to be okay. So I'm going to take a look here real quick and see if we do have any hail in that area. You can see, yes, around Stuttgart, going northeast of Clarendon, DeVal's Bluff. You can see in that area we do have the possibility for that hail in the area. Some of it, of course, is around ping pong size, a few quarter, mainly just a little bit lighter, but again, we do have those areas. Go ahead and zoom in here on that larger area and see exactly where we're looking at. Give you folks a little idea on that. Looks like this is just south of Highway 165, and hopefully that will move out of here before long. We are watching that weaken just a little bit, and again, luckily across the state, mainly things are starting to slow down just a little bit as the morning progresses. Still lots of locally heavy rainfall here in the central portion of the state, but overall I think maybe we're out of the bad stuff for now. Hopefully, again, we will see these start to weaken and push out of our viewing area, and our friends in eastern Arkansas will just get what the remnants is of these storms. Again, here in Little Rock, things have started to slow down in the southern portion of the state. Around England, you still have lots of rumbles of thunder for sure, around Lone Oak as well. And some of those, even those smaller storms can produce lots of activity. And you can see all of that lightning. Get it out of the way so you can see it there. Man, there was a light show as it came through my area as well. So as this storm is passing through, lots and lots of lightning. It seems almost a little bit more dangerous than it is because of the lightning. But again, we're just watching that. And so stay inside if you can. We would love your pictures to 376-1111. But again, stay inside and stay safe, because this is an area that has lots and lots of lightning around the DeVal's Bluff, Clarendon, Ulm, and Stuttgart area. Things are starting to calm down just a little bit. I'm going to remove that lightning now so we can see just a little bit better. I'm going to move this over so we can see exactly where we're going. There we go. So you can see it has started to move in right around, let's see, what time is it now? Like Tom, I'm not even sure. 3 minutes till 4. All right. And this, All right, and so we're going to stay with you until at least 4 a.m. this morning. Again, those storms are starting to weaken. You see the intensity, even though they're still strong storms, they are starting to weaken just a little bit and so and fall apart, which is fantastic news. And again, as it pushes out of our area, and this is set to expire around 4:15. I wanted to check real quick and see if the Weather Service has given us any additional information. Real quick while we leave that up there for you to take a look at what might be going on in your area. Here in Little Rock and west, things are fine. We're really just watching this area right here. Let me zoom out just a little bit so we can see this entire area while I check the Weather Service and see what we have going on with the latest and greatest from our friends there. A little stray storm up there in McCrory. All right. Again, lots of lightning with these storms. We've seen significant winds and hail. As I was driving in from West Little Rock, there was just a ton of debris, leaves. The winds were apparently crazy as they pushed through there. And I know it woke just about everybody up unless you are a heavy, heavy sleeper. Now, once this pushes out of here, we should have a overall pretty good day for our Wednesday, but we are looking for the more storms to push in to the state later tonight around, let's see here, 5 to 6 p.m. for the western portion of the state. And this is for tonight here in central Arkansas around 9 to 10. And hopefully it is out of our area by midnight, 1 o'clock tonight. Now, poor Tom, he's going to go get a nap, which I hope is the best nap he's ever had. And I know Nathan and Simone are also going to be here later tonight to track those storms as they push into the state and move through. Those storms have the absolute potential to give us exactly what we had this morning. So it's always very, very helpful to have a backup. We can watch Facebook. You can do THV11 app and watch us live. The NOAA radio is fantastic. But go ahead today with this. Make a plan. Make sure your families are safe. If the kids don't live with you, the college kids, let them know what to do. But we will stay here and watch this throughout the morning. I'm going to jump in and we're going to have live reports starting at 4:30 from Hot Springs, and I will have the forecast for the rest of the morning and for moving into tonight for that severe weather. So go ahead, stay prepared, get some sleep, friends, and if you're still awake, I sure hope you join me at 4:30 and we'll see what these storms are doing. And thank you so much for staying with us.